Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully everybody can hear me, right? Hopefully everybody can. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Yes, today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally here. We are, I don't know, what is this? 54 minutes away from the greatness, hopefully, crossing fingers, knock on wood, of the Xbox Showcase. Yeah, don't worry. I will be going full screen when we get to that point. I just kind of minimized it here a little bit. So this will be full screen when the showcase actually gets ready, you know, when the music comes in and stuff. So, oh man, who is excited? If you're excited in chat, put hold the line in there. You know, King David went viral. Let me know how excited you are in chat by typing hold the line, and make sure you hit the like button. Gunstar, yeah, it's just me. Jez is in LA. He sent me a bunch of pictures. I don't know. Did you guys see Jez in LA? Did you guys see the pictures he was uploading? Woo! He was walking around with beans. He was walking around with beans, giving like baked bean in a can to like people like Stein and everybody else. I think it was like a present from like Xbox or something, which goes to show you that they pay attention and they listen, right? So, yeah, man. Hopefully, we're in for a very fun show. Thank you for being here, for keeping me company for the next 50 minutes as we wait for the showcase of showcases. We got your boy Roy Rand, happy to be here live. Happy E3 SGF season, and man, it's gonna be great. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in chat. You know, we gotta kill the time somehow, right? We gotta kill the time. I mean, it'd be pretty funny if we could get the sponsor, Heinz Beans. That would be pretty epic. Let me check to see if my mic is at its usual. Let's see here, volume setting. Because sometimes, I think I did a StreamYard thing with Boxenberger yesterday, and sometimes that screws up. No, it's at the right setting. All right. Yeah, here we go. All right. So, give me your guys' prediction about what opens the show. The very first thing that we are going to see. You know, if you watch my video, you know that I feel like Avowed is going to open the show. That's my pick to open the show, but it could be anything. I think obviously it's going to be a first party game, right? It has to be. So not third party, not indie, and there's like 3 choices you could choose from: Hellblade, Fable, if it's actually there, and Xbox has been teasing it, but I don't know. I'm just going with Avowed for this one, and it's not like I don't know. I don't know. I know people are like, oh, Rand, your predictions, you always know, stuff like that, but honestly, I don't know too much about this show at all. I've been trying to avoid spoilers wherever I can, and thankfully nothing really is leaked so far, right? Outside of the release date for Forza Motorsport, which I think everybody expected October, and the Persona games, which were leaked by Atlas and looked like it got whoever uploaded it fired. Outside of that, nah, we haven't really gotten much Starfield like stuff, like Starfield controller and special edition and things like that, but not really anything leaking from the show, which is great because it leads to that surprise. But yes, we got a lot of people saying, Fable, and I don't think Forza opens, but Hellblade's a possibility if it comes this year. What do you guys think about the possibility Pale World open up the show, Smurf? I hope not. That would be indication of a bad show. I need a soundboard like Gaz. Yeah, I need a lot of cool stuff like Gaz has. I do. Absolutely. Man, what was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. Because now I'm doing this solo because Jez isn't here, and nobody else actually hit me up being like, hey, can I be on the reaction show with you? Otherwise, yeah, I would have loved to have a couple people here to, react with me to the show, but, it's just me solo. Sorry you get Randall Chop Liver today. Miles, I actually talked to Miles last night. I was in a party with him while he was playing Diablo 4 with his buddies, and we were talking about some stuff and what we thought the show was going to be about, but he's doing his own thing on his own stream. Miles got big things cooking. Get Special Nick on. Special Nick. I want an Xbox fan on the show. Ryan, I want someone who actually wants to play Xbox games and excited about the future of Xbox. I don't want a Nintendo fan pretending to be a host of an Xbox podcast. That Special Nick, no sir. No thank you. Yeah, Gaz was a lot of fun to have on the show on Friday. Unfortunately, there were quite a few people that were like, we don't want Gaz, we want Jazz. And yeah, Jazz is the co-host, permanent co-host. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing Xbox 2 if I didn't have Jez. But a lot of people were like, we don't want this Gaz character. I'm like, chill. He's the reason there even is a show. Because I wasn't going to do one because Jez wasn't here. So, Gaz came on for an episode. We had a lot of fun. And, maybe we'll have him on Xbox 2+1 in the future. But it was a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, saw the new Xbox 2 pair on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable, right? Colt taking my co-host away from me. Ugh, horrible. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe that happened. I've been, let's just say, Jez DM'd me this morning. I mean, he was DMing me last night when they were at the Xbox party, which sounded like a lot of fun. I was sitting there like, Jez was telling me, what was going on. I was like, damn, I should have been out there. And then he DM'd me this morning, and it was like, I drank too much last night, with like a little puking emoji. And we all know here how much Jez loves to drink, right? He hasn't done it on Xbox 2 in a long time, but he likes to drink, and it was a party last night, so he probably had one too many, if you know what I mean. If he was here, he'd probably be leaking games, because that's what he usually does when he gets drunk, and I can't hold him back. You know what I mean? But I also, Lord Cognito gave me a phone call last night. He called me up after the Xbox party, telling me about the trip and everything. Woo! There's a lot of excitement in the air in LA, I will definitely tell you that. Which, Cog even said on Boxenberger's prediction show, a lot of the people there are hyped. A lot of Xbox execs and, employees are super excited. I mean, there's like a feeling in the air this time, which, I don't know, hasn't really been, you haven't really felt that in some time. Not saying Xbox hasn't put on good shows, because they have. Like 2021 I thought was damn good, and 2018 was very, very good, but this, I don't know, feels like this year's different. And I hope that's not setting up, for disappointment or whatever, but for some reason, this year feels on a different level, because it feels like Xbox themselves think they have something special, and it's from the way they're hyping the show and all the sort of things, the way they're carrying themselves. I mean, maybe it helps a little bit that the PlayStation Showcase was subpar for a lot of people, and that, Jeff Keighley's show was a Jeff Keighley show, right? So, Xbox can easily have the best show of the summer, no problem, right? Yeah, so I can't wait to talk to everybody else when they get back. Colt and everybody who's having an amazing time in LA, which, man, I could have gone. But I just didn't go. And then Jez was not supposed to go, and then all of a sudden he decided at the end to go, and it was like, what the hell? Come on. Because we were obviously going to do Xbox 2 tomorrow, but Jez is going to be flying back, so hopefully we can do it on Tuesday with all the reactions, and hopefully it's positive, right? Hopefully we can all just take Redfall and just put that in our rearview mirror and be like, we ain't talking about that no more. It's about all this stuff moving forward, right? So, yeah, should be a good one. Should absolutely be a good one. Mr. J says 360 replica from Hyperkin. Thoughts? I mean, it looks cool. I love the 360 controller. The problem I usually have with controllers is that they're wired, right? So I'm probably not going to get one. Elijah says, I thought at the beginning you said you would wanted to go if Jez goes. I mean, yeah, I kind of did, but he said he wasn't going to go, and then I made up my mind I wasn't going to go. And then all of a sudden, a couple weeks beforehand, he was like, I'm going, and I'm like, well, what the hell? I already decided I wasn't, you know? So that's kind of how that played out. Fable confirmed from a Turn 10 employee on Mooch's show. I mean, Fable was kind of confirmed when they did that tease. I mean, let's be honest with each other here. That tease was for Fable. 100%. And when we talk about, you know, things that I may have known later on, I'll mention the stuff that I had known. But, yeah, my expectations is that we talked about what was going to open and close the show, and everybody has their own picks. I think Avowed's going to open, but I think Fable's going to close. I mean, it's possible Fable opens the show, for sure. Just, like, hit it out with the surprise immediately. But I think they think Fable's going to show off very, very well and be the talk of the showcase, essentially. And I think you save that for last, and then it leads into the Starfield Direct. At least that's my line of thinking along those lines. Rick, Xbox Nintendo partnership is a Banjo remake with it being cross-platform release on both. What you think? I mean, that would be cool, and I sort of think that's what it needs to be. Nintendo making a Banjo game that releases on, you know, the Switch or Switch 2, but also on Xbox and day one on Game Pass. I think that's probably the best scenario for, you know, getting an actual really good Banjo game for my Banjo bros. Are my Banjo bros in chat? Who here thinks that Banjo's actually going to be revealed today? I know a lot of people have been wanting it, right? Lagerman, what's up, buddy? I know you're there. He says, hey, guys, at the showcase right now. Ready? It's going to start with the Big Bang. Well, a Big Bang. What could that... I don't know what that means. It's going to start with the Big Bang? Whew. I don't know. What do you think Walkerman's talking about? What game could start the show with the Big Bang? I guess Fable could start the show with the Big Bang. Or if they have a Hellblade, if Hellblade's coming out this year, what a great way to start. What a great way to start. If you could start off the show with Hellblade gameplay and then end it immediately with a date that was this year, like November. Wouldn't that be like something really cool? Like, boom, you know, we know you've been waiting. Here's Hellblade 2, and by the way, it's coming this year, and just start the show off on the right foot. Assuming, of course, it's actually releasing this year. I mean, there's definitely, you know, ways they could do it. My buddy Zocker's here. He says, what's up, buddy? Avowed could start the show big time. It definitely could. Definitely could. I think it's either 3 games. I think it's Avowed. I think it's Hellblade 2 or Fable, or basically one of the 3 games. Rand's leaking early. Not me. I don't leak anything, buddy. Not me whatsoever. Yeah, so while you guys are here, make sure you hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. We just hit over 95,000 on our way to 100K sometime this year, hopefully. Maybe it takes another 5 months. Maybe it takes 6 months. Maybe I start making more videos and I can get there sooner, but we're going to get there. And then you probably get your on-camera Xbox 2, and then you guys will be like, ew, go back to no camera. And I'd be like, all right, no problem. What's up, nation? Walkerman knows. He's like, it's going to be quite the show, going to be a lot of happy fans. See, he knows. He knows. Christopher says webcam. I actually don't even have a camera. So even if I wanted to show up for this, I don't even have one. So it'd be impossible. Yep. It's going to be great. But we do have some housekeeping, you know. I figured I'd get this done early. You know, we have the Patreon peeps, as always. Patreon.com/XB2. It's in the chat. We got Parasili joining us sometime in the future. Haven't locked it down yet for Xbox 2 plus 1. Hopefully next week. And then we have an Xbox 2 Ultimate showing up as well. So, you know, we appreciate all the people who sign up for the Patreon. And we do have a sponsor for this episode of the Xbox 2, and it is Raycon. So this week's podcast is sponsored by Raycon. I'm sure you heard of Raycon from their countless collaborations with creators across the digital world. In the 5 years since their launch, they've become Known for a few things: all-day comfort, a perfect fit, an impressive battery life, and of course, premium sound at affordable prices. What you may not have heard is Raycon's gaming series. So the gaming series consists of 2 staple gaming audio products: the wireless gaming earbuds, which are compact, portable, and universal, and the wireless gaming headphones, comfortable and immersive, which, they all feature Raycon's HyperSync low technology, will let you hear what you see lag-free. They have 3 sound profiles. You can choose your character, pure, balanced, or bass, and you can seamlessly pair with all major platforms with a click of the button. I'm using my Raycon wireless gaming earbuds right now to do the show, to hear everything, right, that we're about to hopefully hear at the and see at the showcase itself. I use them all the time. I use my gaming earbuds to actually go for walks, trying to get in fit and stuff like that. But you can use them on your PC and your gaming consoles if you want to. So if you're ready to pick it up, you can head to buyraycon.com/XB2 today to get 15% off your Raycon order. You also get $20 off Raycon's gaming earbuds or $10 off their gaming headphones. That's buyraycon.com/XB2 to score 15% off. And you get even more savings. So thank you to Raycon for sponsoring the show. The link is in the description. Thank you guys for being here. And thank you, Raycon and the Patreons, for supporting what we do. Yeah, let's go. All right, so how much time we got left? We got 37 minutes. Now, there was one thing I was thinking about. And let me know what you guys think. So Xbox has this double feature, right? They have the Game Showcase, and they have the Starfield Direct. Now, the thing I was thinking about is, and I know they've said this on Twitter, how it's immediately following, but do we expect any sort of break in between the actual showcase and then Starfield Direct? Like, are we thinking there's going to be something like that? And shout out to Quicksilver, the newest member of the channel. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy the emotes and all that stuff. But could there be an intermission of some kind? Like, hey, the show just ended. We just saw Fable. And by the way, a new countdown starts and it's 5 minutes. And then the Starfield Direct begins. Because I don't know. Like, I sort of feel like there could be one. I don't know. I mean, maybe they want to separate the shows a little bit by get a little time. Maybe if people like, hey, you know what? You've been sitting down for an hour and a half. If you got to go to the bathroom or get something to drink, go do so. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to keep in mind. I was thinking about like intermissions. Hopefully there's not, because I want an hour and 52 minutes of goodness, of greatness, of games. If it's a 5-minute one, that wouldn't be a big deal, but 14 says Rand, they said immediately follows the showcase. Yeah, I know, but immediately could be 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You never know with wording and PR and stuff like that, right? So I know, let's see. We have a lot of, how much Japanese presence do you think will be at the show? I mean, we know Persona's there. Persona 3 and Persona 5 Tactics. Are we expecting anything else? Are we expecting a new Yakuza game, like Yakuza 8? Because I thought the Yakuza, the Man Without a Name, was actually going to be at the show. That's why I said I thought it would be there, but it was at the SGF. It was at Jeff's show. That's the difficulty about this. It was like, well, I think this could be there, but it wasn't. And I didn't think. I thought Cyberpunk would be at the Summer Games Fest, which is why I didn't say it would be at the Xbox One. And now, well, it didn't show up at the Xbox One, so now it's here. So are we expecting any more Japanese support? Are we expecting Square Enix to show up with something? I mean, obviously not like Final Fantasy VII Remake or anything, but are we expecting them to show up with, God forbid, Foam Stars or something else, some other smaller games just to show like, hey, we don't hate Xbox. Here's some games for Game Pass, or Bandai Namco or something, or Persona 6. I mean, I think it's a little bit early for Persona 6, so I doubt that's really there. But I think obviously there'll probably be some more presence. I mean, there's rumors of Jet Set Radio. The Persona 3 remake is real. Why not Jet Set Radio? Joaquin says, bro, did you hear Foam Stars is actually good? We'll see about that. We'll see if it's actually good. Leaky Helm, guess the third-party game that is CGI in there. I mean, it could be anything, really. There's a lot of third-party games that could be there that are CGI. Sin Vendetta, buddy, he says, Rand, I'm pulling for the Hellblade 2 to be released this fall for you because I know that would make your year, but I'm feeling in my gut that Hellblade 2 is 2024. I hope my gut is wrong. Yeah, same. I think I've been, as you guys know, 50-50 all year about whether or not it would come this fall. I want it to. I want it to be like that November game, right? That, that Game Awards sort of experience that people love, third person over their shoulder, cinematics, great storytelling and stuff. And so I think they probably are targeting this fall, but you never know with game development how things are. Things always slip at last minute. I mean, look at Spider-Man 2. Everybody thought it was going to be September. In fact, a lot of people thought it was going to be the same week as Starfield, and we find out it's October 20th, basically kind of a month later. So who knows with game development? Things might come up and they're like, all right, we can't make November, but we can make February, stuff like that, right? Yeah, let me know in the chat where you guys are from. I see someone says here that they're from South Africa. Gwanda man, which I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm not the best with names. Let me know where you're from. I am from Chicago, Illinois. Well, not exactly Chicago. I'm about 30 minutes outside Chicago. But basically, the southern suburbs, Chicago, Illinois. And I'm always astonished to see all the different places people are from here, right? Like, I love seeing the worldwide appeal that not only Xbox has, but people that listen to Xbox 2 and, the fans of Xbox in general. So, Fort Worth, we got Tennessee, got Sacramento, California. Yeah, a lot of people here. A lot of people from a lot of different places. Rockford, Illinois, hello, what's going on? London, Ontario, Canada, Peoria. All right. People from all over the world. Whew. Wagerman, so what's the aesthetic like at the thing? What is it looking like down there? What's the vibe at the little showcase event? Oh man. So we got about half an hour before the festivities begin. Yeah, hopefully when the music kicks in for it, I can kind of adjust that, and see if it's too loud or if it, whatever. I'll do all the adjustments when I can. So we just need to kind of wait for that to happen, right? Oh look, there's my mouse cursor. Get that off the screen. Oh, okay, one click that. All right. Rand, do you think we'll see Metro 4 announced today? I mean, I guess it's possible. I mean, we know they're working on it, and it definitely could be a game that could be at the showcase, for sure. How many games do you think we'll see today? I mean, depending on how long the showcase is and how long the Starfield Direct is, because we don't have confirmation about how long either are, right? We know the combined show from the YouTube metadata, that's an hour, 52 minutes, 19 seconds. Obviously, that's going to have some intro stuff. There'll be some talking. There'll probably be a collage that they always do at the end. So it's going to be less than an hour, 52. But we don't know the actual time splits for either the show itself or Starfield Direct. Is the show an hour 20? And then the Starfield Direct, 30 minutes? Is the show an hour 30? And the Starfield Direct the rest of the time? Is the show an hour 10? And Starfield Direct, we don't know. We don't know how long the Starfield Direct is, right? I guess it could be as short as 15 minutes. Could be as long as 35. And I think we've seen, 15 minutes of it? 15 minutes of it last year? So, I guess, yeah. I mean, it could be anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. And we've seen a lot of the game already. What's up, Haz? Hope you're doing well. I know you're getting ready to make a lot of tweets about everything, so... How many first-party games do you think they show? That's a good question. They showed 7 last year, if I'm not mistaken. But I think they're going to show a lot more this year. So I would expect minimum 10. Minimum 10 first-party games. And that includes stuff like, what's up, Achievement? That includes stuff like, Halo Infinite, if that's there, Sea of Thieves and Grounded and stuff like that. I know. We really don't want to see any sort of live service things, right, during the showcase. But Xbox, hey, I mean, those games, they have a lot of players. They want to tell everybody that those games are played by millions. So, yeah, I would say 10 is a good minimum. Maybe as much as 15, depending on how long the showcase is and how much they want to go into it, right? How many first-party games they want to showcase. Like, I feel pretty good that we're going to at least see Fable and Avowed and Hellblade 2 and Forza Motorsport and Starfield, right? I feel like those are going to be there, and they should be. I mean, they're all announced games. It's not like they're unannounced, right? It's been a while since we've seen Fable and Avowed, so I feel very good that we'll see those. As far as like unannounced titles, that's a different story, right? You could get something from Global Publishing, like Wandering Tower. Maybe that like Project Dragon game or Project Shaolin. Although I think Jez revealed those earlies. I mean, I would like to see what Contraband looks like. Would that show up again? And then there's like still first party games. In Exile, Compulsion. Double Fine's working on a couple games, right? Like, so like Compulsion's game could be there, and maybe it is. And then there's Bethesda themselves, right? Like, is Bethesda there outside of Starfield? We really don't know. I hope so. I mean, I hopefully see Indiana Jones. I would love to see what id Software's making, wouldn't you? Whether it's a new Doom, like a Doom 3, or like a or essentially like a new Quake or something, or ZeniMax Online. There's a lot of things they could announce. They have a lot of games in development. Oh man, Smurf, somebody always brings this up. How do you feel about Scalebound being at the show? God forbid if Scalebound... What if Scalebound actually opened the show? I was thinking about that. What if Scalebound literally was just like, we're back, baby, and it opened up the show? I would just probably turn the show off immediately. I would just be done and over with. Be like, all right, guys, I'm going to bed. This showcase ain't for me if they're starting off with Starfield. Right? But yeah, they have a lot of things they could show. That's what makes it all the more exciting. They're not going to stick to that 12 months thing that they did last year. So, Starfield, and it has its own segment. Redfall's out, and they're probably not even going to talk about that. I don't think they'll mention Minecraft Legends. So you can't rely on the old stuff you've been relying on for the last 2 years. So you need to show new stuff. And these games that they've been working on from these studios that were acquired in 2018 are all kind of coming to the end. So it's like, yeah, where's that roadmap? What does 2024 look like? Beyond? Achievement, any guests jumping in today? I mean, I don't think so. Nobody hit me up asking if they wanted to come on, so probably just going to be me, unless, after the show, people want to come on. Because I do have, like, when we do the show, the Discord chat for the Xbox 2 is kind of hidden, that, like, people just can't join. So I would need to give them permissions. They'd have to join the Discord and all that stuff. But, everybody wants to do their own thing, which is great. Everybody wants to stream the show on their own channels, and they got their own things going on, which is awesome. And I only really started doing this a couple years ago, honestly, because sometimes I just like to watch. And I'm not much of a reactor. I kind of just am sitting there taking everything in. But a lot of people asked for me to actually, like, watch the show, hear my reaction. So I was like, all right, why not? I'll do this. Yeah, 11:36. How long before this starts? What does it say on YouTube? It says what? It says premieres in 23 minutes. All right, we got 23 minutes till the premiere. Can't wait. Naru Hin, we want to see Perfect Dark gameplay. I mean, I'm with you. I want to see Perfect Dark gameplay as well. It's one of my most anticipated games from first party. Crystal Dynamics, really good developer. See what the initiative has kind of built. But I don't know. I don't think we'll see it today. I think we'll see it next year. I think we'll, the 2020 games that haven't gotten an update, I think we'll see stuff from Fable and Avowed. And obviously Forza Motorsport. Hellblade 2. But I think the other ones, like State of Decay 3 and Everwild and Perfect Dark, are next year. Like Everwild, that game was sort of completely rebooted by all accounts. So probably going to be a little bit longer. State of Decay 3 is probably... Yeah, I think State of Decay 3 and those games will be next year, right? What unannounced game would you like to see announced? I mean, if there's a game you could show off with the logo that would get people hype, it'd be Killer Instinct 2, right? If you have a Killer Instinct 2 in development, that would really excite people. I know Banjo would excite people too, but just like a logo tease, like Killer Instinct 2 will return, right? That would get people super excited, especially with like the renaissance of fighting games. Not even a renaissance because it's been great for a while, but this year, like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken and Mortal Kombat 1, and to like, oh, by the way, Killer Instinct's coming back, that'd be killer. Or, as Jamie says, a new Wolfenstein, right? Was Indiana Jones the only game they're working on? What about Wolfenstein 3? Like, is that a secret project by them? I don't know. I mean, I think they put it on the back burner. But I would love if that was kind of like the ender. Like, they were like, by the way, Machine Games is here with their new game, and it's releasing this year, and you get a trailer with BJ Blazkowicz, and it's Wolfenstein 3. Could you imagine? That would be so amazing. Splinter Cell, yeah, that'd be a great one. I mean, I'll say that every single year. Please, Splinter Cell, come back. We need you. New Vegas 2, well, I mean, they could do a title card tease for New Vegas 2, and that would be pretty damn hype for a lot of people. I mean, because it doesn't seem like we're getting a Fallout game anytime soon, right? I mean, who knows, 2030? But Obsidian would be the ones to make it, and they're tied up. They got Avowed, and they got Outer Worlds 2, which maybe we see Outer Worlds 2 next year, or probably not, because Avowed's probably next year. I guess unless Avowed is out already at the time, which it may be. I'm predicting Avowed is more of a fall 2024 type title. You know what I mean? Blue Dragon 2. Yeah, a lot of people say like let's see Lost Odyssey 2. Let's see some first party games or Japanese titles that are, you know, Microsoft like exclusive that they funded like they did in the 360 era. What's up, Umbra? Splinter Cell is in the works, so maybe Microsoft could work out a deal to bring it to Game Pass day and date upon release. Yeah, I mean, they possibly, but the thing with that is Ubisoft has their own subscription service, and I don't know how they would feel about putting a brand new game that they would put in their own subscription service that you can subscribe on Ubisoft Plus on console to get their stuff day one, but then also it come to Game Pass. So I sort of doubt that they would do that with Splinter Cell, because they would want to push their own subscription service, unless like Xbox really just threw them a bag. Right? Final Fantasy VII Remake. I would remove all hope of ever seeing a Final Fantasy game on, like, of that I'm not saying other Final Fantasies won't come, but it seems like 7 Remake and Rebirth probably aren't going to come to Xbox ever. I mean, maybe 5, 7, 8 years from now or something, it could, but it seems Sony's really locked up the Final Fantasy VII stuff. Now, have they locked up the rumored Final Fantasy IX remake or the now rumored Final Fantasy X remake? I don't know. Maybe they just locked down 7 because that's the one that has a lot of nostalgia for people. Maybe they haven't locked down 9 or 10, or maybe Jez is right. Maybe there is some sort of, you know, bad blood between Xbox and Square Enix. Even though, like, they do still sometimes release games, so I don't know. There were a rumor pointing out that, like, even Final Fantasy IX, the remake, is not like a full remake like 7 was, that it's a little bit lesser. So we'll see. Maybe those come. And it's just like Final Fantasy VII that doesn't. Raj says, Rand, since Kojima was absent from SGF, do you think he will be at the showcase? That is a good point. He wasn't there, but he has, you know, Death Stranding 2. I mean, there were leaks that people had seen the trailer for his game last year, Overdose. So I guess it's in the realm of possibility that maybe they show that this year. I mean, you never know. With how pumped it seems Xbox is about this show, I mean, maybe it's possible. I don't know. I was expecting next year for Kojima's game, or I don't know how close a Kojima game really is. Is he more focused on Death Stranding 2? We just don't know, right? So I was thinking next year. Oh, Jimmy says Rand Kojima himself said he wanted to share info on his Xbox game sometime this year. I mean, yeah, okay. I mean, if he said that, I mean, there's also the Game Awards. There's also Tokyo Game Show that they could do something, although Xbox would probably rather have it here. This is the big time, right? TME says, Ray Rand, hope the showcase has plenty of great games that come out soon. Me too, man. I'm just really excited to see what's coming out the rest of the year, and then what hopefully their 2024 looks like, and then anything they want to announce for the future, right? Got to excite the fans. Jamie says they have to been hyping the showcase up. It has to deliver. Yeah. I mean, it would be a shame if it didn't, but I agree, yeah. No, Jazz is not going to be live on stage. Come on now. Platinum might show Project GG. I mean, maybe Platinum could be there. You never know what they're doing. I know Special Nick says they're doing Scalebound, which I hope is not too. God Emperor Sofa King. Lol, no way Aaron is wearing Hold the Line. I mean, he said he would, didn't he? He said he would be wearing it during the Sunday, during the showcase. So, the question is Phil wearing it? Is Phil going to be on stream wearing Hold the Line? Probably not, but wouldn't that be something if it was? All right, give me your guys' prediction on this one. Hellblade 2, this year or next year? What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's this fall after Forza Motorsport, or do you think it's 2024? I'm kind of curious to see where everyone kind of sits. A lot of people saying this year. It sort of seems split, I guess. This year, 2024. Okay, what about Fable? That's an interesting one. Is Fable 2024, Fable 2025, Fable 2026? What do you guys think? I know there's some talk it could be 2024. I've been saying I thought it was 2025. But when do you guys think Fable's going to show up? Fable's 2025. Says, yeah. And I guess the other one, let's see. Will there be a shadow drop this year? Right? We know Hi-Fi Rush was a big success with the shadow drop. There are some achievements that popped up on Steam. Do they surprise shadow drop a expansion of some kind today? That'd be pretty cool. Or Fallout 4 next gen update could easily be shadow dropped as well. It'd be cool if there was, like, if you're going to do a shadow drop, I think it's got to be something Hi-Fi Rush related. It fits exactly what they did in January. It's like, by the way, you can play the expansion for Hi-Fi Rush right now, right? I think that would be perfect. You probably don't need to do the Fallout thing. Maybe they keep the Fallout 4 drop until closer to the Fallout TV show. Hey, at least we're not going to see any TV shows today, right? We're not going to get a sneak peek of Fallout or Gears or Halo, right? Because that seems to be it. All right. How awful was that sneak peek of Twisted Metal on Jeff's show? I couldn't believe how bad that looked. It's like Twisted Metal, the game known for carnage in vehicles. And they started off the show with just some basic awful dialogue in a casino. It's like, what does that have to do with Twisted Metal? Like, really? Come on. Get out of here. Jelly, have fun with the showcase, Rand. Thanks for the positivity you and Jez bring to the community. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. We try our best. I know some people think like, oh, sometimes you're too negative and stuff like that. And it's like, I just kind of say what I feel. Sometimes I'm excited, like right now. Sometimes I'm not. I'm not looking to try to keep it real. Like some people are obsessed with that. You just got to keep it real and keep it 100. I just say what I feel, and I don't want to really talk about it, but Redfall disappointed me immensely, mainly because I was a huge Arcane nerd fan. And, I'm not going to just say things opposite to how I feel. Like, yeah, it was, but I try to be, I'm more positive than I am negative. Like, I know a lot of people, they like to play the negativity and stuff like that, but I don't know. This is my hobby, bro. I love this shit. I love gaming, right? And I don't know, like, sure, you can be cynical because we've been doing this for a long time, but at the end of the day, I want to be excited about everything that's coming out because I love this, right? And once if that love ever was gone, I would stop doing it. I would stop making videos. I would stop doing the podcast. I'd stop gaming. So, like, I always try to keep everything more positive than just everything's just crap or everything's just shit. Sometimes you get that sometimes when you watch people's reactions to stuff. Like that Prince of Persia game, for example. I thought that Prince of Persia game looked kind of cool, and I'm excited to see it, but like everybody was just crapping on it. And it's just like, I don't know. I think negativity seeps in way too much sometimes for a lot of things. Obviously the console wars are a thing. People are negative about what Xbox is doing or negative about what PlayStation does or Nintendo does and stuff. And yeah, I know, me and mine whole Nintendo stuff, which is mostly just, it's just I don't care about Nintendo, but it doesn't, I know people love them, so I'm not going to be like, screw Nintendo. It's just, they don't matter to me, but I'd rather just have a positive outlook and be excited for everything that's coming rather than just, constantly be a jaded, cynical person. I don't know. That's just my view on it all. Daneros, most people only want photorealistic look game. Yeah, that is true. People want their graphics on their, $500, that they spent on their console, which fair enough. It's a lot of money, right? And if you're not happy with what's on the console, then yeah, you can voice your displeasure. I would just get rid of it. How much time we got left? Ooh, we're getting 11 minutes away. We're almost 10 minutes and under. Yeah. Make sure you hit the like button. This is going to be, I got my fingers crossed. I'm knocking on wood. I got a good feeling about this show. I got a very good feeling about this show. And I think it's mostly going to be based around stuff that we wanted to see updates on from 2020, those games, right? Not necessarily like brand new announcements or like super surprise stuff, but I think those games are going to, it's like, all right, finally, Avowed. How cool does that look? Right? Hellblade 2, what improvements did they make? Right? Because they were a small indie team, like 12 people that made Hellblade on a $10 million budget, right? It's incredible, but you can definitely see the limitations they had. But now they're under Microsoft. They got a bigger budget. They have like double the amount of people working on the game, right? They can do bigger and better things. Like, show me that. I want to see the step up. Same thing with Obsidian. Like, look at their previous games and then what Avowed's going to be, right? So you can finally see, oh yeah, that's why the acquisition was good, because now you can create bigger and better games. Not only like the passion projects, which allows them to do that, but like the bigger experiences. Hashtag hold the line. Yes, someone sent me a DM of Aaron wearing the shirt. It's true. He's wearing the shirt. Hold the line. Officially part of like Xbox vernacular. Wouldn't that be hilarious if it actually showed up in the showcase? Whew. I tell you, man, hanging out with you guys, talking about this stuff, has made this time go by really quickly. Who'd have thought that we're 9 minutes out from the show? Whew. So if they do FanFest again next year, which they probably will in a watch party, are more of you going to try to go? Because I'm probably going to try to go next year for sure. Because I wanted to go this year, but it wasn't in the cards. But I'm definitely going to go next year, right? Rand, is the VOD going to stay up? It probably will, yeah. Unless, like, there's some copyright claims, because you never know with copyright stuff. I know all the reactions to Summer Games Fest were basically blocked worldwide, right? And you never know. Like, sometimes they'll block the stuff for music. So if there's any copyrighted music, I might try to mute it on my end, and then, like, obviously unmute it when it's over. But you just never know with YouTube and, you know, copyrighted things. Gunstar, you have more than double the audience of Iron Lords right now. Good for you, and no shade throwing on them. I mean, Iron Lords are amazing. I don't know. Everybody should be watching them, not me. I mean, I do have a bigger channel and a bigger podcast, but, you know, that doesn't mean much. You know? And it's just me here. So, Iron Lords are the best, bro. I love them. They just definitely deserve more viewers. It's one of the best podcasts out there. I know I like to rib them of like, hey, it's the best Xbox podcast, which, you know, when you got King David on there, of course it is. Right? Of course it's Xbox. But they're amazing. They're one of... Like, I know they put on a long show like us, and I usually try to drop by everybody's shows to see what's going on for a little bit, 10, 15, 20 minutes here and there. But Iron Lords is one of the only shows I actually kind of watch 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, because I love the chemistry between, you know, King and Addict and Cognito and Sovereign. Like... It is such a great watch and a great listen. Joshua Candler Jones, is this showcase make or break? No, nothing's make or break. I mean, we've lived through the Xbox One generation. Every single time for one of those shows, it was always make or break. Nothing is ever really truly make or break. And it's not like if the show disappoints, all of a sudden, you know, Xbox is going to go out of business. People might be disappointed. Or whatever, but I do think it's imperative to have a good show. It's imperative to really energize your fans after, you know, Redfall situation and things like that. So it's important. It's just not like the be-all, end-all. Because even if this show's, like, say this show's a 10 out of 10. Shades is absolutely amazing. Does that save Xbox then? Or are they suddenly going to outselling PlayStation? Probably not, you know? But it would be good for the optics of, hey, look what's coming to Xbox. Look what's coming to Game Pass. The fans are passionate again. So it definitely would be a good thing, but it's not all of a sudden going to be like, well, we're number one, right? Thanaros, tomorrow Itagaki of the Ninja Gaiden was rumored to be in talks with Xbox. Think we get a new acquisition announcement at the show? Probably not. They're neck deep with ABK, so I don't think we'll see anything acquisition-wise. Lauren, thank you for being the newest member of the channel. Appreciate it. Start the stream? I mean, that's on YouTube's end, isn't it? Kind of just waiting. They says it premieres in 4 minutes. So, it's just waiting for them to start. Right? Let me hide the chat over here. We don't need to see the chat. And then when it actually starts, I'll obviously go full screen. So, and I'll move my mouse cursor at the bottom so you guys won't see it either. Switch to Twitch. Is Twitch up and running? Hold on, let me switch to Twitch then, I guess. Hold on. Twitch. Twitch TV. Xbox. Okay, that's up and running then. Let me full screen this. And let me full screen this on over here. Hold on, stick with me here. All right, so let's see. You can tell I'm a noob at this stuff, so 1 second. Window capture, here we go. We can transform this and stretch to fit screen. There we go. We are now full screen. Okay, let me bring up the chat again. Yeah, Twitch is only 1080p, but whatever. Go back to YouTube? Why would I go back to YouTube? I'm only streaming in 1080p, so you know, it wouldn't be 4K for you guys. Yeah, I know achievement it's 4K, but I'm not streaming in 4K, and I don't have a 4K monitor, so I wouldn't be able to even see it. So plus, I always watch these things later. Let me know. Do I need to adjust the volume of? Can you guys hear it? Well, yeah, it's low on their end too. It's very kind of like low music, so it's even low on like for me, and I'm sure the volume will get a lot more when it actually starts. I mean, I have a 4K television. I just don't have a 4K monitor. I don't know. Like that stuff really doesn't matter to me on PC. I just don't really care. Need to see Phil Spencer in 4K. I know they said like the YouTube premiere would be in 4K, but YouTube premieres are always stuck at 1080p. So unless they're the first ones ever to do a YouTube premiere in 4K, I don't know. Yeah, it would if I gamed on a PC. That is true, but I don't game on a PC. I game on console, which hooked up to my 65-inch OLED, and I love it on that. So we got an hour. We got a 1 minute 46. We're getting close. Hit me up with a hold the line in chat. Let's get ready, everybody. We're almost there. A minute and a half. Who's nervous? Who's nervous that we're going to see a great show here? Bring back the Kinect. Ugh. No, thank you. Have you tried gaming on PC? Sure, I've tried gaming on PC. It's not for me. It's not for me. You know, I know people love that, but it's not something I care about. All right. Ooh, we're moving. Look at that. Right, it slides to the side, so we know that the Xbox Game Showcase. Look at all the little pretty graphics and stuff. We're there. We're there, guys. 45 seconds away. Yeah, here's a tip for you guys. Twitch is always ahead of YouTube by a good 30 seconds every single time. Always. So if you actually want to see things happen sooner, always watch these things on Twitch. Sure, maybe the bitrate's bad or whatever, but you'll see these things earlier. All right, we're 18 seconds away. Let's go. I'm happy you're here, Welsh Nightmare. Uh-oh, got the countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, baby, let's go.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich.
Oh, this is Fable. They're starting with Fable. Oh, crap. Okay. Let's go.
Let's do it. What do I think about heroes? Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Wanker.
Roughing up bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they? Living it up with the common folk every single night. On a day-to-day basis, I'd say the true hero's me, someone who's breaking new ground with fruit, with veg, on the agricultural side of things.
Just look at them.
Not wafting around mythical creatures.
I mean, I have everything maxed for the
That's what they
sound.
are. Wafters.
Yeah, well done.
You see, I'm not here to slay legendary beasts. I'm here to conquer the vegetable, not a euphemism. Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This, if you will, is the age of death. One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah. Oh.
World premiere.
And that Fable looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. Ooh, here we go. Compulsions game back to back.
Death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. He'll come to your house and it won't stay long. You look in the bed and somebody be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land.
Shaking bones.
Hmm.
Been a while.
Very stylized.
So, you remember that favor you owe me? I'm looking for a creature. Huge, sneaky, teeth like knives. No? Well, hey, how about you guys? No? Nobody? Not helpful.
Yeah, the art direction for this is pretty good.
Sneaky.
South of midnight, okay. That's probably an in-engine look because there wasn't really any gameplay, which they said would be a thing, and no year, so 2024 maybe 2025. But that's interesting. Starting off with Fable and then immediately going to Compulsion.
These are dangerous times.
Ooh, Star Wars
At
game.
least that's
Okay.
what I hear. The Empire? They're everywhere. But the world here belongs to the syndicates. If I want to survive, I have to play their game.
I didn't think this would be here. This is a big game.
Looks like I'm all in.
She's in here somewhere.
On second thought, I'm out.
I've been held back my whole life. And now, I just need a chance to finally be free. Wherever that takes me.
I'm here to offer you a way out, okay?
Get off my ship, Jalen.
Ooh,
Give
who's
me a
this?
chance. You're gonna have to trust me. It'll be dangerous, risky. But if you pull this off, you'll never look over your shoulder again.
I mean, I'm always down for a new Star Wars game.
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there, and I'm gonna risk it all.
Star Wars Outlaws? Okay, okay. That was a big game here. Oh, coming actually next year. All right. See, this is what I thought they would do for Splinter Cell. Be like, here's the trailer, and then...
Wow. Fable, South of Midnight, Star Wars Outlaws. Welcome to our first ever double feature, the Xbox Game Showcase, followed by a deep dive into one of the most important RPGs ever made, Starfield. Gaming is the most powerful of all entertainment. It transports, it challenges, it connects us. And it's just incredibly and awesomely fun. That is why Team Xbox is committed to building the greatest place to play. By partnering with the most ambitious of game creators, and by unleashing the power of the gaming community, enabling all of us to play the games we want with our friends anywhere, from mobile devices to PCs to consoles. The lineup we have for you today is just incredible. These are the works of the very greatest creative teams from around the world. We made this show for you, the largest, most engaged, and globally diverse fan base in Xbox history. You are the heart and soul of Xbox. Your passion drives us, and you are the inspiration for the visionaries whose games we showcase today. From me and all of the team at Xbox, thank you. This next game is from Thunder Lotus, the award-winning studio behind Spiritfarer, who've gone back to their combat roots with an amazing co-op raid-focused action game that is uniquely theirs. All right, everybody, it's time.
Yeah, I mean, for those of you saying the volume's low, can you not hear it? Because it's low on my end, too, and I have everything completely boosted. So is the volume just low, or can you not hear the volume at all? So I didn't play their last game. But that looks cool. Yeah, the volume's low on my end, too. I'll turn myself down a little bit, but there's nothing I can do to make it louder. Yeah, Morgan, I checked the mixer. It's maxed out at 100. It's just... Maybe it's just the audio on Twitch. It's... Wonder if this is coming to game... This looks like more of a game for me, rather than their last one, so... 33 Immortals, all right. It is coming to Game Pass. That's cool. Yeah, I'll turn myself down way more.
All right, guys. It's a simple job.
Payday 3, I think.
Just in and out. Nothing to it. Everybody hit the floor!
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Payday. So now that we know Fable opened the show, I guess that maybe means Avowed will close the show, coming to Game Pass on day one. Okay, that's interesting get for Game Pass. Co-op heist game. Probably won't play it though. I'm not really interested in Payday. I didn't play 1 or 2 really. I think I played 2 for a little bit. Atlas? Okay. This is the Persona stuff. This would have been a big surprise for a lot of people if it didn't get ruined. It's a shame that leaked. People would have been really hyped for that. And the fact that they got it to Game Pass as well. I wonder if everything's going to be Game Pass except for the Star Wars game. Ooh, first party game? All right, let's do it. Interesting, what's this? Thieves? No, it's not the Arsenal. Oh, are we doing Avowed already?
People don't like you very much, do they? Sent here to the living lands by an emperor who couldn't bother to come himself.
I did not expect Avowed to show up this early. Damn, is Hellblade closing then?
That seems to be corrupting our very souls. You want us to trust you. But the truth is, you scare us.
Yeah. It's kind of a mix of gameplay and in-engine sort of cinematic stuff. Kind of resembles a lot of what I'd seen before.
The secrets you keep.
A very more colorful version of Skyrim.
Or destroy us. So now that you have all this power,
What are you gonna do with it?
Damn, that was a really, really good trailer. Whew. Now I'm really curious what they're gonna close with. Holy, my predictions were wrong. No. Another first-party game? Oh, they're bringing it, huh? Damn, they're bringing it. That's rare. Sea of Thieves. Oh wait, what? Lucasfilm? Nope. What could it be? Pirates of the Caribbean again? No. Oh, Monkey Island, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Monkey Island.
Welcome to the Scum Bar, the most notorious tavern on Melee Island. Wall-to-wall rogues and scoundrels.
So tell me, which ship is right for you? A big ship? A luxury ship? A ship with just a splash of je ne sais quoi?
The legend of Monkey Island? You mean Governor Guybrush. But Threepwood's not set foot out of that mansion for almost a year.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? I told you no autographs. So I see you have a meet and greet ticket. And I guess it's not every day that you get to meet the mighty pirate Guybrush Threepwood, the legend of Monkey Island.
The Chuck has turned the memories of this island into a prison for Guybrush.
Well, well, what do we have here?
You can always count on Sea of Thieves to show up at these shows, isn't it? I think they've showed up to every one since 2018,
Things may be
as it should. I mean, it's a very popular game.
From the Sea of Thieves, you know.
I actually did go back and play a little bit when the Pirates of the Caribbean one happened, but I probably won't check this out. July 20th, okay, okay.
World premiere.
World premiere of a new first party? Alright. Bring the first party. A Sobo? Okay, what is this? Oh, Flight Sim? Okay, I thought it was going to be something different. Should have predicted Flight Sim would be at the show, because of course it would be. Yeah, it's different sort of stuff you can do in this game. Now, I only played this game for like 30 minutes and then I stopped, but it's a very popular game. And it seems like they have a lot of events they're doing in this one, so yeah, pretty cool for the people that enjoy it. There was a part of me that was like, man, if Sobo's making a first party game, and I remembered, oh yeah, it's Microsoft Flight Sim. How about a fighter jet for shooting down enemies? man. That is pretty damn cool. Dune stuff? Alright. It's always cool when they add stuff like that, right? We getting Halo since we're doing like live service stuff.
Hi, Melina
Ooh.
here, speaking to you from
Hellblade?
our performance capture stage at Ninja
What?
Theory, where we have just wrapped our shoots for Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
Really?
When we first showed gameplay for Hellblade 2, it was a look at some of the game's cinematic and immersive action, where Senua faced off against a gigantic troll on the Icelandic coastline. Today, we're taking you deeper into Senua's story, her personal quest, her unique perspective on the world, and the intimate journey that awaits you in Senua's Saga. What you'll see today is all captured by the team on Xbox Series X.
This is what I need to see, bro. Alright, let me just... Let's go, Hellblade.
She can
My
feel
guesses were
them
completely wrong.
slipping through her soul, following the threads of her mind. She's here to find them, the ones who hide. She needs wisdom as a price. And there's always a part of you that changes, a part of you that darkens, and a part of you that dies.
Over there, that pool. I can feel them. Feel them everywhere. The lost ones. They are watching us. You should never have come here. They can see us.
What is going to happen? It's time to find out. How can we make it happen?
It's time to find out. Why are they watching?
It's time to find out.
What are they waiting for?
Senua, what are you waiting for? I'm here.
Watching. More than one.
Where are they?
Where are you?
What do they want?
I don't like it.
I'm scared.
This is too
Their eyes everywhere. I can feel them boring into her.
What is she supposed to do? Do something.
Ask them.
What do you want me to do?
Lost souls fought through hell to find us.
You were lost. Not anymore.
Are you ready for what you will find here?
What we will find.
What if it's all for nothing?
Dude, I need to play this game like ASAP. Please tell me it's coming this year.
They are waiting. There.
It's them.
It's you.
What will they do to her?
What will we do to us?
Touch it.
Feel
You're mine.
your voices.
All the parts of you that are broken.
You can be whole. All the grief,
All the rage.
all the fear.
Everything I've seen, everything I've done, has led me to this place.
We've come so far.
Not far enough. Say it.
You are ready.
Tell them.
I am here. Now.
What if we get lost forever?
What will happen to them?
What will happen to you?
I will not let them down.
She is ready. They know.
Go.
Who are these around you, Senua? Those you have saved.
Are Early 2024.
or those you let to death.
Damn, that does look incredible. But I wanted the combat. I wanted combat. Okay, Yakuza game, I guess? Oh, Yakuza 8, alright. I need to play the last one. I played it for a little bit, but something else came up. Oh, this is kind of funny.
Oh my god! A stranger! なんだよ。どうかしたか?
Oh, surf's up, dude. Yeah, dude. Hang loose, bro.
Yeah, very much Austin Powers.
Huh? Huh?
Really took you that long to figure out you had no pants on, dude? Infinite Wealth, okay. Oh, early next year. Okay, I thought it would be end of 2024. Bethesda. Alright, here we go. Please not be Fallout 76 or Elder Scrolls. Okay, it is Fallout 76, of course. You knew something like this would happen, right?
Appalachia! What a sight! A verdant wonderland of promise plucked from post-atomic blight. The fruit of years of prudent progress and determined reclamation, and 15 million dwellers worth of keen imagination. From the heart of West Virginia to the depths of the pit.
Well, we owe it all to Vault 76.
No matter if you roam alone or spend your time with friends, you'll find a home in Appalachia where the good times never end. There are relics to
I guess you can always count on Bethesda to show off Elder Scrolls and Fallout 76, huh?
to meet and enemies galore. Our world is always
Hopefully,
changing.
maybe they close with id. Wouldn't that be something, huh? 'Cause now I'm like, man, Hellblade, Avowed, and Fable already shown? What are they closing with? That'd be something big.
Places to explore. Think you've seen it all, eh? Well, how about this? Pack your bags for an escape of Epicurean bliss. Put your rad shield on and fix your hair up pretty, because we're headed for the boardwalk of Atlantic City. So there you have it. Now you know. There's a million ways to make the wasteland your waste home. And when you hear adventure calling, when you're looking for
Does anybody actually play Fallout 76 in
Answer the
chat?
call of Vault.
Answer the call of Vault.
Answer the call of Vault 76. Play it now with Xbox Game Pass.
People are saying Avowed looks mid? Nah. Thought Avowed looked great. World premiere. Let's see. First party or third party? Third party. Capcom. What is this? Somnusha? No. I mean, it's not Dino Crisis. Devil May Cry 6? What could this be? It's not I don't think it's Pragmata. Definitely not Dragon's Dogma. no clue what this is. A new IP of some kind? Looks interesting, whatever it is. Of the Goddess, okay. Brand new. And Game Pass? Alright. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Alright, first party, let's go. A lot of first party at the show.
General Motors' historic commitment to performance is embodied in two of its iconic brands, Chevrolet and Cadillac. The V-Series.R elevates Cadillac's competitive spirit to a whole new level with its thunderous V8 and hybrid power. The legendary Corvette has been a celebrated champion for decades. The all-new Chevrolet Corvette E-Ray continues that tradition. General Motors is proud to usher in a new era of competition with the innovators behind the new Forza Motorsport.
Forza Motorsport and General Motors are pairing their strengths in technical excellence and sophisticated modern design to take bold steps into the future and bring that experience to gamers.
They actually have a car
I'm
on stage.
thrilled to welcome the Cadillac V-Series.R and the Corvette E-Ray to the home of competition.
I know you're ready. You've got this. Let's tweak the car's performance for the next one.
I'm much more of a Forza Horizon fan myself. But I'll play this when it comes out. I don't know how long I'll play it for.
This is my timeline.
October 10th. That sort of leaked. And we knew it was October anyways. All right, Bethesda, are we going for Elder Scrolls Online, or is this Hi-Fi Rush?
I have seen all that ever was, and all that ever will be. I have seen betrayal, endurance.
No, Spider-Man's the 20th.
And courage. I am the one who knows.
I guess there's one thing you can always count on Xbox to do is showcase their live service games, right? This is the third time they've shown ESO and Fallout 76, so I guess they're going to be staples at Xbox shows moving forward.
Unending existence, I feel disconnected from fate's flow. Unseen forces move against me, hungry for forbidden knowledge. A mystery long kept hidden, a secret that threatens to unravel reality itself.
guess it's possible they could end with Gears 6. You know, maybe announce a Gears collection for later this fall, and then Gears 6. Maybe that ends.
Protect the secret. Save Tamriel.
June 20th. No wonder it's at the show. They gotta hype it up. Live service stuff.
CSIS Unit 37. Toronto is under attack. By Null Sector.
Overwatch
Something different about Null Sector.
By the way,
this
we are
time.
pleased to announce we have closed on
They've
ABK.
taken over most of the city and they're rounding up Omnics. They need our help.
People are answering Winston's recall. There's new blood on the team. And we have so much to teach them.
If we can stop Null Sector, maybe we can save the city.
Coming through!
Been a while, Vivian.
As if I didn't have enough problems already.
Too bad they killed the single player
So we
stuff for this
fly
game
up
now, huh?
there, smash through anything that gets in our way. And put another business.
I hate to interrupt the moment, but I'm picking up reports of more attacks in other cities.
It's a fight they want. I say let's give it to them.
Engage. Target mark.
Time to create peace with bullets. Greetings.
Oh, yeah! Boom!
The world is counting on us.
Let's go.
Shall we do this together?
Well, these are all the new characters, right?
Engaging.
Watch this! I saw that. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I always kind of get bored when they show live service stuff that I just don't care about.
World premiere.
This always happens for all their shows. Here's the other Persona thing.
What is this place? It looks like we're in a palace.
What the hell is going on? Who are these people?
No idea. But if they're attacking us, our only choice is fighting back. Hey, look over there! Can you get us out of here?
So you're telling me you're thieves who steal hearts, and you just happened to stumble into this world? The Rebel Corps will always help the Phantom Thieves, just as the Phantom Thieves have helped the Rebel Corps. Never forget that we're a united force who can rely on each other.
You should be grateful to have been made my subjects. But you're just mannerless little brats. Unfortunately, returning will be no easy feat.
Somewhere deep inside, I know you realize things can't go on like this. So, will you take a stand beside us?
Yeah, let's show them what we got.
Okay. Probably something Persona, the Persona fans really like. Bethesda. What's this? Not a live service.
Humanity has always hunted
Trailer
for
for Starfield,
knowledge
okay.
in the unknown. The wonder is, not
Figured
that
there
the
would be a
field of
trailer.
Stars is so
I thought it would be
vast,
closer to the end, but
but that we have measured it.
looking forward to playing this. It's my like second most anticipated game of the fall after Alan Wake 2.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there? You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family.
We do not fully understand all that is at work here.
No finer group in the stars to be unraveling this mystery.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
Grab jump is ready. I love this part.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
Human settlements throughout the galaxy could be at risk.
We are not stopping.
Looks great.
Whatever
Can't wait for the
lies at the end
Starfield
of this
Direct.
road
I mean,
will change humanity
this looks absolutely
forever.
freaking awesome. My voice is a little lower because people said they wanted it lower compared to the show, so I'll turn it back up when the show's over.
This is where we belong.
September 6th, baby, let's go. God, that looked really, really good. That was the best trailer they put out for that game by far. God, the music is so amazing too. Oh man. Still Alan Wake 2 for me, number one. But that's just because of the first game.
Premiere.
Our world premiere? Xbox Game Studios? No. What do we have? They didn't say this was a first-party game, so I don't think it's anything from first party, unless I missed it, but if it was Everwild, it was definitely a change in visual direction with the main characters. Okay, None? Alright. Don't they have another game that just... I could have sworn I just saw one of their other games at the Jeff show. Does kind of look like a rock climbing simulator, somebody said in chat. You even got like a little rope tied to you for if you fall. Oh, this year? Okay, well, at least it's Game Pass as well. I'd check that out for sure.
World premiere.
Secret mode. Okay. Chinese room. Chinese room usually doesn't put stuff on Xbox, do they? Still wakes the deep. That was a short trailer. But, I don't know, quite evocative. A lot of Game Pass stuff, which we knew. I mean, we all, knew the Game Pass stuff and indie stuff would be here. Just can't pull out like a full show of just like first party and stuff, so. And Xbox says we know. Sarah Bond said it earlier. They like diverse content. And that means like, different graphical styles of games. Things of that nature.
Hi. I'm very excited to be returning as Johnny Silverhand.
Damn.
In the
That's
upcoming
cool.
expansion for Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. This new adventure reunites Johnny and V on a dangerous spy mission and introduces Idris Elba as Secret Agent Solomon Reed. It's really amazing to share the screen with you, Idris. It's cool to be a part of this game with you, man. As a player, you'll get to visit Dogtown, an unexplored part of Night City, and rescue the President of the new United States of America. Expect a massive expansion, twists, secrets, and plenty of stuff to do. I know the team at CD Projekt Red just keeps raising the bar when it comes to telling cinematic stories in video games. And I really can't wait for you to play it on Xbox Series X and S. But enough talking. I'm guessing you want to see for yourself, and so it is my honor and pleasure to give you and introduce the official trailer for Phantom Liberty. Check it out.
Stuff like that is cool. It's too bad it couldn't be live,
There's gotta be a way out of this.
I still need to play this game, and maybe it's about time when this expansion comes out,
I'm dying. There's nothing can stop that.
V. My name is Songbird. I'm an NUS intelligence analyst. I know about the bomb ticking in your head. And I can save your life.
What's the catch? I need you to get to Dogtown.
Attention all Dogtown residents. The President managed to crash your Space Force One into our humble district.
Man's got 1,001 reasons to want Myers as a hostage. Sleeper agents. Time to wake them up.
So NUSA's tossing us back into the fray, huh?
Stay sharp. We're in the wolf's den now.
Get Myers out of there.
Time to evac.
Her safety is the top priority.
Shit! They catch us out here.
This game isn't broken.
Wait.
May have not worked well at launch, but I think it works perfectly now, doesn't it?
Someone ratted us out.
You know, V, treason ain't ever black and white.
It's a charade, V.
Wherever she goes, people get hurt. Bodies drop.
Just want what Songbird promised me. The cure.
The situation's changed. You need to know if you're with me.
Illusion of freedom draws in the desperate. Pick your truth, V.
Come on. Got iron in your hand. Gotta put it to someone's
I definitely need to play this game.
Pull the trigger.
Just find the time to put 70 hours into it or something.
I'll do anything and do it soon. I'll die.
September 26th. Not that far to wait. September. I wonder if I can play it by then. Maybe I'll play it during the summer. All footage captured in game. Okay. Yeah, that's a good call. City Skylines 2. It's a good call. It's probably what this is. Because it is coming to Game Pass. Jez loves these type of games. Like the 4X stuff. October 24th? Man, October is packed. Jesus.
World premiere.
Another Atlas game. So all of them didn't leak? What is this?
僕を覚えてるか?
国民の信託を最も集めし者が次なる王となる資格を得るものとする。陛下のお命が奪われるなど。
汝定めを課せられし子よ、憂いを抱える旅人。
And Xbox has a lot of Atlas support now.
果たして誰が次の王か。
己自身に命じなさい。内なる英雄の姿に変われと。
真の王を志すならば打ち勝ってみせよ。
僕のいる世界の出来事は君にとっては絵空の子。
まさか人間？
この国は今有史以来の危機にさらされている。どうやら面白い力を手にしたようだ。
主君に捧げると決めた覚悟そのものだ。
これこそ人間の真実だ。
道は二つに一つ。
またあったね。やはり君は興味深い。
今こそあんた自身がそうなる前
正義かどうかじゃない。
誰もが恐れと不安に負けそうで。
理想を貫け。
何が正しいのかわからない。
すべての始まりがあなたの持つ小説。
Is this like that S&T game? Something? Okay, interesting.
World premiere.
Alright, first party. Halo Infinite. It's one game they haven't shown from their live service stuff. Stoic. Okay, this is
Humanity's
Wandering
cities
Tower.
have fallen. Our people's only means of survival is to seek sanctuary here, in the Belfry. You must explore this world to find the origins of this evil. And bring hope back to our people.
My predictions are pretty good. Just not what opened and closed the show, I guess. Wrong on that. Maybe an Exiles game closes? Gear 6? Id Software? I don't know.
Together, you can save
I would imagine this is
humanity.
2024. Towerborn, okay. It's not Wandering Tower. Yeah, figured it was 2024.
World premiere.
Alright, another first party stuff. Oh, we're here with In Exile. Man, I'm glad I changed this, said they would be here. Okay.
This city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine.
Oh, wait, some time travel aspect? Okay.
But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin everything. If you resist my rule,
Okay, I'm digging this. Alright. Bioshock Steampunk?
if you threaten what I have built, there is nowhere in space or time where I will not destroy you.
With a little bit of rewinding time? Oh man, they are... It's like this game was almost made for me.
Oh no. What did I do?
I mean, there's your big daddy, I guess.
Before
Okay.
my friend puts one in your scalp.
Clockwork? Revolution? Oh man. Yes, 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 yes. Coming in due time? Alright, so not next year. Figured. Alright, man. There's Steampunk Bioshock with time travel. Speak to me.
Thank you all for joining us. Today is a special day for me and the team. I'm excited to see 11 games showcased from our first party studios.
11?
We
I did say
opened
what,
with
minimum of
Fable
10?
from Playground Games, which will bring the franchise into the modern era while staying true to its British style and humor. Compulsion and In Exile shared their first original experiences since joining Xbox with South of Midnight and Clockwork Revolution. And we are thrilled at how Avowed is shaping up for release next year from the RPG masters at Obsidian. In addition to Avowed, our studios will deliver Hellblade 2, an all-new Microsoft Flight Simulator, Towerborn, and more in 2024. Later this month, players can look forward to Elder Scrolls Online Necrom and Sea of Thieves Monkey Island. As we look to holiday, we will launch Starfield and Forza Motorsport, both built for Xbox Series X, S, and PC. We are also honored to share 14 games today from our creative partners, like Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft Massive in collaboration with Lucasfilm Games, 33 Immortals from Thunder Lotus, Kunitsu Gami, Path of the Goddess from Capcom, and more Persona games coming to Game Pass
That
thanks
is a
to our
Hexen
continued
t-shirt?
partnership
Interesting.
with
Isn't
Sega
that a
Atlas.
Activision IP?
I'd also like to
It is.
congratulate the Studio Zero team on Metaphor Refantazio. It's great to be able to premiere what is next from the creators of Persona here in our showcase.
I guess there is going to be an
We
intermission,
are focused on putting our
I can't
players
imagine
and game creators
going on
first
for that long.
in everything we do. No matter if you choose to play on Xbox, PC, or over the cloud, all gamers are welcome here at Xbox. When it comes to our consoles, we have heard your feedback on two fronts. First, we have significantly increased our supply of Xbox Series X, making it easier for fans to find globally. Second, we know you've wanted more storage with Xbox Series S, and I'm excited to share we have some news there as well.
Are they doing a upgrade to a black Series X? Okay. Or a black Series S, I mean. Okay. For $49, raising the price, but also delivering more storage. September 1st.
And now for the one more thing you've all been waiting for. Prepare for the most comprehensive deep dive we've ever done for the
one more
biggest
thing
game
is Starfield.
we've ever built. So sit tight and enjoy Starfield Direct.
Okay, so there is a 10-minute intermission. Or maybe not. It's starting right away. Is this supposed to be an hour 52? That means they got, what, 47 minutes of this?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look. Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities. But this time, it's not just one world. It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go, it's not ours, it's yours.
Well, actually, you know, you're doing the story, so
and it wasn't
follow
until
the story
now
path it is.
that we had the technology to create it. From the rocks at your feet, to the mountains in the distance, to the people and creatures that live in these worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere. We also have an all-new animation system. And of course, you can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game given its scale.
What do you guys
That usually
think?
involves exploring an area you've landed in.
First person or third person?
You can collect resources,
I'll probably play it in
mission,
first
and maybe
person.
even stumble upon something unexpected. We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can
I think this is
view
gonna be a
all that
really great game.
in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style, and then Punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty. What's the plan,
So
Captain?
you can get out and go around your ship, huh?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system, where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
People are gonna play Starfield for so long. With all the different planets and everything.
Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete.
So what happens if you have
cleared
contraband?
for landing at New Atlantis.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Well,
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad,
I mean, this
the
looks really
ex-pirate,
freaking good.
Sam
This looks
Coe,
like,
the former
compared
space
to
cowboy,
last year,
and Barrett.
this looks
You know what I hate about
way
these
improved.
Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover. The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems. This is Freestar Collective Space. The capital of the Freestar Collective is Aquila City.
The Stone Root Inn is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face.
How are we
This is the
feeling about
face of a
Starfield so
brave
far, guys?
runner here to challenge the Red Mile.
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
Well, that's cool.
So, ready to get out there?
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that
I'm
you
thinking I'm
tell.
gonna play it in first person.
I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've made.
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities, and by mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point. Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we've ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings. It's a lot, but I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be. That's where backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages. You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew, and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you.
Yeah, mercenaries are always trying to kill you, aren't they?
There'll be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
Trail, backstabbing.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills. Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Mind control aliens, okay. Seems like it could be a useful skill.
Out of the gate, I'm boost packing everywhere.
Or the boost pack.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know about playing a melee build.
Your play style.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
I mean, combat looks way improved. I like the different variety of guns. I don't know if I'll play that stealth either. That'd probably be all like an assault build with maybe some speech stuff to get around some things for me.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable. From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun. Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships. It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
But I don't know how much shipbuilding I'm gonna do. I'm not much of a really crafting or creative guy like that.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything.
I know people will
here.
love this, like building your own ship.
Two ways to do that.
But
you can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
That's a cool looking ship.
The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting or for storing and displaying your weapons. Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals.
I'm sure people will like
HMS Platypus,
make
as
the
I call
best
it,
ships, and then I'll just copy them. You know what I mean?
where it had a giant tail to it.
The most efficient ship.
And we've done spiders. We've done mechs.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's really whatever
Mech
your
ship?
imagination is.
What is?
And while
Is
you
that
can build your
Voltron?
home among the stars the way you want
Is
to,
that freaking Voltron?
you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a
I'm
hand
totally
in the
gonna have a
field.
robot companion.
Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core
It looks
basics
so
of
cool.
a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
I wonder how many people are gonna build like mechs and stuff, or like things from popular culture, just because you can, even if it's not like efficient. You get some dogfighting.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the ground drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
It's important to get this
Unlocking
sort
the
of
targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on
dogfighting
specific
combat to
subsystems of the ship
feel
you
good,
target.
that you actually want to do it, you know?
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Okay, you can dock and board. Interesting. And then like have it as like something for your fleet. Could you have fleets? Or you just
Once
sell
you've
it?
taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport.
Okay, that's cool.
But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
a civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars. There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well. You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then, realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder, and sometimes a little fear. We're giving you
that does look crazy.
And a
I'd
ton of
probably die
toys,
right there.
and just setting you free.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different.
Collector's edition?
We put
Okay.
so much detail into our game worlds, and we love the opportunity to bring that into the real world with our collector's editions. And for this game, we've done a watch. It is the Constellation Explorer's Watch. This is the watch that you actually get in the game that acts as part of your HUD, where it's the compass and then environmental information. It connects to your phone to give you notifications and other information, and we've also designed this really cool case that it comes with, Istvan.
Yeah, we really took as much care and designed this case as we did the watch. Our attention to detail in the game totally translates to this. Inspired by the cases that the astronauts used during the Apollo era to bring back samples from the moon. It's got an intricate locking mechanism, authentic, heavy, comes with a Constellation patch, native strap, and the overall functionality and believability of this.
It's a pretty damn cool looking box, and the watch is really, really nice. $300 though? A little bit expensive.
And it even tells the time.
We actually have something else. Now that we're part of Xbox, we get to work with the amazing people on the Xbox hardware team, and together we have created this custom limited edition Starfield controller. It's awesome. It is now, our favorite controller.
We love this because it's inspired by the actual controls of your spaceship. And not only that, we've created the first ever custom headset with Xbox. And this
Very
is
nice.
a perfect pairing with that
They
controller.
gotta make a custom console that mirrors those, right?
every one of our games, we always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield? Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
Really enjoy when they do these like kind of unedited gameplay combat scenarios instead of like the quick cut stuff. Oh, they're just doing the quick cut stuff, but still.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Add crafting and research stations in your outposts.
I did not
to
think the
utilize any
Starfield Direct would be
resources you
almost as
find
long
or
as the
already
Xbox
have.
Showcase, you know? I was
Mod
expecting
your
it to be
weapons to adapt them to
30
your
minutes.
playstyle. Different weapon
It's
sights
been going on
and
for quite some
scopes.
time.
Larger magazines. A selection of grips and barrels. Different ammunition like explosive
But they
rounds.
did say it would be a deep dive, and that's what we're getting.
All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Suppressor? Okay, well now
You can
maybe I
also
can play some
choose to go
stealth.
hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the
Oh, that's
animations
cool.
are more fluid.
Freezing people?
It just feels great.
It just works.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards.
Well, as
Energy
it
weapons,
should.
on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons. These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
Watch out for the deadly robots. Oh, wait a minute, what's that? Space magic?
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here. I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here. This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet,
it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets.
The day-night cycle, those details matter to me. Diplomacy, exploration, freedom,
the ending, Vasco, obviously.
I love the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher,
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
All right, that seems to be it, right? That was the show. That Starfield Direct, September 6th. Right, because I think the show was supposed to be, what, hour 52? That was way more Starfield than I thought we'd get, for sure. The main show seemed a little bit shorter than I was expecting. Up to 5 days early access, so they are doing that. Okay, 5-day early access. So that means people are going to play it September 1st? How many people are going to be getting that version done to play it that early? And here's the hype trailer. And these trailers they always put together are always really good. Let me bring everything back up. All right. So how we feeling? How we doing? Let me put something in chat here. Let me put up a poll. Let's see. Poll. Let's see. We gotta start a poll. How would you rate? I don't know. It looks like Starfield. At least I thought it looked like it was gonna be 30 frames. Which, remember in my video I said my head was saying 30 and my heart was saying 60. I should have went with my head as I usually do, but I got caught up in the moment. How would you? Let me turn myself up back to what I was. All right, so, okay. Let's see. Get this back down here. And how would you rate the Xbox Games Showcase and Starfield Direct? We'll do 4 simple ones. A B, a C, and a D. So I'm very interested in seeing your guys' reaction. A, B, C, or D. And, you know, if you're a B plus or a C plus or whatever, obviously those would fall under a B, right? If you're anywhere in between those. Be interested in seeing your guys' reactions. Sin Vendetta, solid A. So many games I want to play. A few pop moments for me. Overall, very solid showcase. Starfield is the dream game I've always wanted. I'm going to lose so much sleep playing hundreds of hours of that game. I thought the best game at the show was Starfield because you got to see so much gameplay. And I was excited for the game before, but seeing the deep dive and everything, bro, it's giving its run for its money for Alan Wake 2. Like, Alan Wake 2 I'm super excited for because of the first game. It's a dream game I've always wanted. But, like, watching that whatever 40-minute presentation for Starfield, yo, like, my expectations for Starfield are through the roof. Seriously, I think it was probably the best. I mean, it's a Bethesda, but, like, you got to see so much of it that I feel like it was the best thing they showed. Like, the story trailer during the conference and then the thing later, right? Yeah. But if you guys enjoyed, you know, the reactions and stuff, I know the sound was a little low. I don't know what was up to that. It was even low in my headset and my earbuds or whatever. So, yeah, but hit the like button and subscribe. It's going to be very interesting when Jez gets back. We could talk about, you know, everything. So let me kind of minimize. Oh, that went off screen. Let me try to minimize this window capture down. Let me get this down here. All right, let me just hide that window capture hidden. No. All right, yeah. So let's just talk, shall we? All right, let me know. What was your favorite moment of the show? What was the game that you liked? Or, you know what? I guess I'll start off with my biggest disappointment in the show. And I think everybody knows what I wanted to see the most from the show. And my biggest disappointment, and probably the reason I wouldn't give this an A, I'd give it like a B plus, is for me, I needed to see Hellblade 2 gameplay. I needed it. We've seen the game twice, even like 3 times if you count the, you know, the other footage that they showed. But I was expecting, all right, let me see the combat. And I didn't get that. And I figured it was last year. I figured it was coming in 2024. So that's my biggest disappointment of the show, was really the lack of gameplay from Hellblade 2 and lack of gameplay for a lot of stuff at the show. A lot of it was kind of quick cuts, which I don't mind. But the way they sort of hyped it up was like, we got gameplay and stuff, and it wasn't too much of it. But yeah, Hellblade 2 is just like, if they had just had that there, this would have been an A show for me. But I thought everything else, it's like Compulsion's game, which I'm kind of blanking on the name right now because I don't have the list in front of me, but they're obviously going for a very like Southern style and a very artistic take on something, but it's, when you look at it, it's like, okay, that has my attention, but it's hard to think in your head what that game is. You know what I mean? Did you see Phil's Hexen shirt, new id game? Well, Hexen is I believe an Activision IP that I want to say id made or something back in the day. So, but yeah, like, surprise, In Exile's game for me. Holy crap. I haven't really played any of In Exile's games. So to me, when Jez always talked about them, I was always like, whatever. You know, it's like, we'll see. But then it was like, okay, it's Project Cobalt. It's going to be sci-fi RPG steampunk shooter. I was like, okay, it started to get more interesting. But man, the fact that it's basically BioShock steampunk RPG, like time travel sort of, like Clockwork Revolution. That has my like, out of all the new games that were announced at this show, even as much as I was looking forward to seeing Avowed, Clockwork Revolution had to have been like the biggest new announcement for me by far. Like, considering what my expectations were for an In Exile game, and then what that was with what they showed and the type of game it looks to be, that is the one that was like rocketed up the list. At least for me, for my estimation. Where's the Indiana Jones game? They're working on it. That's the thing about these showcases, when people, complain about lack of gameplay and all that sort of stuff, and even myself, it was like there was like kind of a distinct lack of at least pure gameplay outside Starfield, but devs don't really give that stuff really early anymore, so it's all in-engine or CGI or, in-engine with some maybe quick snippets of gameplay without a HUD or what have you. Indiana Jones, I mean, they announced it in 2021. I don't know how long they've been working on it, and I mean, who knows when it's coming. And it does look like my initial thought about Bethesda was that they wouldn't be here outside of Starfield and their live service stuff, and that was the case. They already had shipped Redfall, and Starfield had its own thing, so I was kind of worried. I took a leap and said, okay, Indiana Jones might be here. And it wasn't. But, maybe they show stuff at QuakeCon. But yeah, I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't expecting its game. I wasn't expecting State of Decay 3 or Perfect Dark or Everwild, and those didn't show up. I think like most of the games, like when I look at my predictions, like let me look at my prediction list to see what I got. Let's look at my predictions. Xbox E3. Did I save my predictions? Huh. I thought I did. I thought I saved my predictions. Weird. It doesn't look like I have them. That's weird. Oh, wait. No. Here we go. I have them. I saved them. So my predictions were Avowed, which we saw, 2024, which happened. Forza Motorsport October release, which happened. Compulsion's new IP, which happened. Didn't get Age of Empires 4 or History Untold. Surprising, because Age of Empires 4 is supposed to be this year. Maybe it shows up some other point in time. And Our History Untold, probably not this year. Hellblade 2 showed up, and I said March 2024. We did get 2024, but no other time frame. Wandering Tower showed up, 2024. Indiana Jones didn't show up. Hi-Fi Rush didn't show up. In Exile did with Cobalt, but Fable 4 didn't, or Fallout 4 didn't, and Fable did. And then for live services, I said Halo Infinite, Sea of Thieves, and Grounded. Well, we got Sea of Thieves and the new event with the monkey expansion. We didn't get Halo Infinite. Surprising. They haven't shown that game since 2021. And I don't know. Did they not feel confident in it? I mean, Season 4 is coming, and they didn't show it off here, and they didn't show off Grounded, but they did show Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls and Flight Sim, so they did still show 3 live service titles. Third party, no Silk Song. Persona 3 Remake was there, no Replaced, and no Flintlock, which are games that they had revealed before, so it was all new on that end, it's always cool to see brand new games. Starfield Direct, we got the controller and headset, but we didn't get a performance mode, at least not one that they talked about. So, I mean, for the most part, I thought I did pretty well. I know everybody thinks I know everything, but that's not the case. Connor, what are your thoughts on Avowed? Really excited about the game. Looks like architecture changed for what was previously shown. As always, Rand, love what you and Jez do for the Xbox community. Thank you. Well, I mean, I liked it. It's looked similar to what I had seen previously in 2021. Like, I think I always described it as a more colorful version of Skyrim, which kind of seemed the case. I mean, I don't know. It looked very interesting to me. But yeah. Do we have What did you guys think of the Fable? Like, I guess cutscene, in-engine talk-over thing, whatever you want to call that, cinematic. What did you guys think of the Fable reveal? I'm very curious. Let's see, what many votes we got here. We have 1,000 votes. Damn, I don't even know how many people are watching me right now. I have no idea. I need to get better at reacting because, like, I'm just zoned in watching. And just, like, I don't really react like a reaction person would. But right now we have 1,000 votes for, how would you rate the Xbox Showcase 10 minutes in? And we have 65% of you have voted an A. 28% voted a B. 5% voted a C. And 1% voted a D. So... I mean, it seems like the vast majority of you, 65%, were very happy with what they shown. Even if you go to the 30% for B, you got, what is that, 94% of you really like the show. So yeah, I'll leave it up some more. Yeah, Face, there wasn't any Fable gameplay, but I wasn't expecting it. I don't think that game is coming until 2025, which is why there wasn't a date. And there also probably wasn't a date for In Exile's game, which is, because Phil said Avowed's coming next year. So, like, it kind of looks like 2024, at least somewhat you have a roadmap of some point in time Hellblade 2's coming. I think early, February, March time is what I would peg it at. And Avowed is coming at some point, which I would peg as end of the year, I think, like later in the year. And then you have Towerborn at some point during that. I'm trying to think any of the other, the flight sim stuff. Compulsion didn't have a date, so I don't know if that's set for next year or if that's later as well. The Gears collection and Gears 6 didn't show up. But then again, if the Gears collection wasn't coming out this year, then I don't think it would actually be at the show. There's no reason to announce that a year in advance. So maybe it could be something that shows up next year. Interesting that they have Starfield DLC. Well, not Starfield DLC, but Starfield essentially 5 days early. A lot of people are going to be paying a lot of money to replay or to play that game 5 days early. I probably will. If I don't get a review code, which I didn't get one for Redfall, I definitely will probably be playing whatever it is to play it early. Face said, did they say if Starfield will have a 60 FPS mode? I mean, they didn't say anything about that, and I don't really... to me, it looked 30. I'm assuming it'll be 60 on PC if you want 60 frames, and... but yeah, my head was always saying, no 60 FPS for Starfield. I got caught up in the hype. I was like, oh, it'll be 60, but it doesn't seem like it. Interesting that they ended they didn't end the show on a game. They ended it on a one more thing of a Series S. Because a lot of people had talked about supply being an issue for the Series X. And Phil said, we got a whole bunch of supply for the Series X. And they announced a new console, which is a black version of the Series S, but an increased price of $349.99. And... what is it, 1 terabyte hard drive, which is a lot more than, double than what it currently has at 512. So, if you're in the market for that, that seems like a really good deal. I don't really see the need for a Series S for me personally. So I'm going to stick with my Series X, but I like the black. It matches the grill. It's just interesting that it's like, okay, here's a Series S with more storage. Tom Henderson has all the rumors about a PS5 Pro next year. Is Xbox doing that? Would we see that next year? I don't know. Starfield. Someone asked me, Randy, you're hyped for Starfield enough to get the watch or the controller? Probably not. I don't do physical stuff. I'm not really a collector's guy. I don't wear watches either. I haven't worn a watch in a long time. So the watch does look cool. The case does look super cool. If the pricing is like $300, then I probably am not really that interested in spending that type of money to get it. I will pay the money to play it early though. Like whatever that the middle version is that gives you 5 days early access, I definitely would pay that. Like I didn't pay that to play Diablo early, but Starfield's a different thing. I thought Starfield was the game of the showcase. But I mean, when you're showing 40 minutes off and explaining the whole thing, I mean, of course, you have to feel really confident in that, right? I mean, I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. But of all the new announcements, let me see if I can bring up a list. Like there's a list somewhere. There has to be, right? Like, let's see here. Let me close that. Let me get rid of that. And let's see here. It's got to be like something. Let's see here. On like every announcement revealed. So, yeah, we had In Exile, Clockwork Revolution. I wonder if if that was supposed to end the show, sort of thing, but they changed it last minute or something as to go before it. Sin Vendetta. Okay, I'm probably one of the few people out there that got really excited for City Skylines 2. So excited to play that. No, my buddy's really excited to play City Skylines as well, and I'm sure Jez is. But, I mean, people wanted first party, and Microsoft came with first party in this showcase. 11 first party titles. Okay, I can only speak for myself, right? I am not interested in their live service stuff. That stuff to me is just, it sort of kills the pacing of a show when you see something that you have absolutely zero interest in. So like Elder Scrolls and Fallout 76 and Sea of Thieves, those stuffs are always kind of the lowest point. And I get they need to show it because people like those games. They bring in a lot of money. It's all business. They have a new expansion, right? I mean, Phil said 11, so I'm assuming he's correct, right? You got In Exile would be 1, Fable would be 2, Forza's 3, Flight Sim is 4, Senua's 5, South of Midnight is 6, Starfield would be 7, Towerborn would be 8, and then, I guess like Fallout 76 would be 9, Elder Scrolls would be 10. I guess that would all add up, right? Yeah, I think that's all the first party games that were there. Unless I'm miscounting. Elder Scrolls, Fallout 76. Overwatch 2, well, that doesn't count as first party. Sea of Thieves, yeah. I mean, down there's 11 if you count, like, live service stuff and all those sort of things. Yeah. Weird that they stole Starfield in the middle as well. Yeah, I mean, that Starfield trailer in the middle was amazing. But I did think it was weird to have that trailer and then also you're about to have like a 40-minute direct. I thought that was interesting. I thought they'd have a trailer at the end and be like, oh, now I'll see more of it. But Sin says, also, sorry, my gut was right. Hellblade 2 coming on 2024, but the game looks so good. It does. Like I was getting chills watching that, imagining what Senua will be going through in that game. The only problem was it's like, God, I really need to see that combat, right? I really need to see what the game actually is. Like, I have no doubt they are going to nail the cinematic aspect, the voice acting, the visuals, the story. Absolutely no doubt in my mind that they'll nail all that. But it was like, after all this time, like, where's the gameplay? And it was just man, if they had that, it'd probably be an A show for me. It's definitely the best show Xbox has done since 2018, in my opinion. I love the focus on first party. I wish there was a little bit more gameplay. Starfield was incredible and raises the stature of the show, in my opinion. Some people might think differently. But yeah, we kind of got a roadmap of 2024. So no movie trailers, which would have been an L. Jay Slayer says, why do you think they don't want to show Hellblade 2 combat? It's weird. We keep asking for it, and they've shown a scripted combat. I don't know. Well, they haven't even shown any combat, really. It's just cinematics. I don't know. Maybe they have a plan of how they want to dole out how much of the game you want to see, and they have marketing beats, and obviously they got to have stuff to show as you lead into the launch of the game in 2024, right? So maybe they didn't want to show everything right now. You only have a couple minutes to be like, hey, here's your piece, show it. And but they said the game's performance capture's done, so we'll just have to wait and see. Michael Mooney says, once you have an idea of your 2024 games, why put a year on the game? So it looks like a mid-gen refresh isn't happening on the 10th anniversary of State of Decay 1 and State of Decay 2. 5th anniversary, there's no State of Decay 3. Yeah, I don't think State of Decay 3 is happening until 2025 or 2026, but that's kind of to be expected. And who knows about a mid-gen refresh? I don't think we'd see one from Xbox next year, but we could see a similar situation where maybe they do one in 2025, like, where Xbox did it 1 year later than PlayStation. I'm not sure. Maybe they're not doing it. I don't know. Have they said what's going to be at the extended showcase? Not yet, but I haven't looked at Twitter. I've not looked at Twitter, so I don't know if they've said anything about that. We know they have an extended showcase, at noon, I think? Noon on Tuesday, and I'm sure me and Jez will be doing Xbox 2, because Jez will be back then. We'll probably do Xbox 2 after the extended showcase, so we can talk about everything that they talked about at this show and everything they showed, and maybe they'll reveal Hellblade 2 gameplay at the extended showcase. Maybe that's where they're going to do it, and it was just that here. I guess we'll have to find out. Yeah, it's the 13th. So let's go back to the poll. We have 1,300 votes, 1,379. How would you rate the Xbox Game Showcase and the Starfield Direct? And it's still 65% say an A, 28% say a B, 6% a C, and 1% a D. So not much movement there. There were a lot of people some people in chat, because I know people said the audio was low, but the audio was even low for me, and I was listening to it, and I had it cranked as high as it could go. I don't know. I don't know if that was a Twitch thing or whatever, but it was even low in my ears. So I'm sorry if anybody had any problems with that, but I don't know what happened. Nate, Starfield was an A+, saved the show. Greenberg talks about not showing CGI and then show like 2 minutes of gameplay in a 60-minute showcase. And DD Raptor, Xbox and Atlas are definitely best friends now. Yeah, Atlas showed up. Xbox and Sega. It wasn't just Atlas, but it's Sega. Sega showed up with Yakuza 8. So Xbox and Sega's relationship is pretty tight. No Jet Set Radio. Maybe that's later in the year. Tokyo Game Show thing. No Square Enix. I don't know what's going on between Xbox and Square Enix. But they didn't have anything. But yeah, Xbox, Atlas, Xbox, Sega getting real cozy. Who would have thought you'd see the day where Atlas is bringing almost all their games to Xbox? And what was the other game that they showed of theirs? Was that a new IP? Because I don't really know much about Atlas, really. Because I don't think I've ever really played any one of their games. But I mean, Xbox was trying to, Phil said they've heard people on the lack of Japanese content, and they're going out there trying to get it. And Capcom showing a brand new game, Game Pass as well. And they had that big AAA game, the reveal of Ubisoft and Massive's new Star Wars title. So, Jerry Blueberry, it was awesome, but don't temper your expectations material, I'd say. Let's see. So if I go down through the announcements again, so the Fable... Interesting that Fable opened the show. I wonder how many times they were like, should we close? Should we open with it? And then so the set Avowed launches in 2024, with what Phil said. It says, it's a land that feels foreign yet somewhat intrinsic to you, a place calling out for your help. In this first-person RPG, players will explore diverse ecosystems and meet companions along the way. Avowed will be released on 2024 for Xbox Series X and S, Windows, and Steam. It'll be available on Game Pass. What does it say about Clockwork Revolution? Creators of Wasteland and Arcanium are bringing an incredibly time-bending steampunk action RPG to Xbox and PC. After stumbling across an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past, you discover the city you call home. The vibrant steam-powered metropolis of Avalon has been carefully crafted through the alteration of key historical events. By traveling back in time, your interactions and choices in the past will have a butterfly effect on the deep narrative-driven world and the characters of Avalon, causing them to change and react in unprecedented ways. Interesting. Easily the biggest new announcement for me at the show. Like, reading this, seeing all that stuff, like absolutely rocketed up there for me. Maybe I'll show you guys what I'm reading. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm reading this from the blog. So let me just, there we go. All right. And then, what does it say about Fable? We got Playground Games presented Fable, its upcoming open-world action RPG, a new beginning for the legendary and much-loved franchise. Welcome to Albion, the home of heroes, and where Fable takes place. It's in this immersive fairy tale land of adventure that myriad challenges, treasures, and stories await. Not a lot really said much here about Fable, huh? But I mean, definitely a lot more said about Clockwork Revolution, and a lot more said about Avowed. Obviously, Avowed has its release date, 2024. And nothing here for Clockwork Revolution. Nothing here about release for Fable. Forza, we got it coming October 10th. I will say this, the stuff they showed, at least in Microsoft Flight Sim, makes, like, there's more, I don't know what you would call it, like, gaming things, right? Yeah, but there's nothing, like, here about, like, all the stuff they added to Microsoft Flight Sim. So, Senua's Saga, let's see. Everything is lit Senua at this moment. Sink deep into the next chapter of Senua's story with the showcase of cinematic immersion, beautifully realized visuals, and encapsulating sound from the team at Ninja Theory. An intimate journey of overcoming the darkness both within and without. I mean, yeah, like, everything here sounds incredible, but, man, where's my combat? Where's my gameplay? I wonder if this is, like, going to be the box art, too. That's pretty good looking box art, I'd have to say. Like, where is it all, right? Yeah, I needed more of that. We got South of Midnight. From the creators of Contrast and We Happy Few, South of Midnight is a spellbinding third-person action-adventure game. So, finally, a third-person game from Xbox. Set in the American Deep South, which is basically, this is like kind of ripped right from what Jez had talked about the game. Coming to Xbox. As Hazel, you will explore the mythos and encounter creatures of southern folklore in a macabre. I know that word, but I have trouble saying it. Macabre and fantastical world. When disaster strikes her hometown, Hazel is called to become a weaver, a magical mender of broken bonds and spirits. Imbued with these new abilities, Hazel will confront and subdue dangerous creatures, untangle the webs of her own family's shared past, and if she's lucky, find a way to a place that feels like home. I don't know. This sounds cool. Third-person action-adventure game set in the Deep South. Encounter creatures of southern folklore and like, that sounds really interesting. And the art style was, different. Very interested in seeing what that actually looks like when you play. Scarecrow, member for 39 months. My man, that was an A+ showcase. We held the line and it delivered. I mean, that's what everybody's saying in chat. A. Just B+ for me. That Hellblade 2 gameplay, if it was there, would have been an A. I don't know. Maybe I had my hopes set so high on seeing Hellblade gameplay and stuff that it was just like, when it was over, I was like, man, where was it? Armando, Hellblade and Avowed and more games not shown today to be shown on the 13th, updated on their blog. Okay, did they say that? All right, I'll get to that blog in a minute because we're going to look at the rest of this. If you guys are enjoying everything, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. So we'll have to find that. Starfield Direct. We watched it all together, right? A lot of info there. Towerborn. So this is the other game. So Towerborn is the newest game from Stoic, creators of Banner Saga, packed with fun combat, customization options, and lore to be uncovered. Towerborn is something for everyone. You'll find yourself in the ruins of the City of Numbers, with a lone tower keeping survivors safe from a looming evil. You play as Ace, a hero destined to bring hope to humanity in a time of darkness. Multiplayer supports up to 4 players at a time, so join your friends and set off on your journey solo. So, yeah. I mean, it kind of looked like Castle Crashers-esque, but 4-player co-op game coming 2024. Okay. And then here we have some world premieres. 33 Immortals. Co-op action roguelike for 33 players. Interesting. We'll see what that's like. City Skylines 2. I know people love like 4X stuff. Coming this year and Game Pass as well. Dungeons of Hinterberg. Okay. Jusant is a unique climbing-based jumper. Sega debuted a first look at Dragon Infinite. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, which would be Yakuza 8. Coming early next year. I'm going to have to play the last Yakuza game before I get into this. Everybody tells me I should. So this is the new game by Atlas, Metaphor Refantazo. First fantasy RPG from the team behind Persona. So there was a leak today from the Persona leaker that said Persona 6 is like 2026. So this seems like to be their next actual like new game. And here's Capcom, when they showed this is the first thing I thought of was it was Capcom, or it was Amnesia, but it's Kunziso Gami, Path of the Goddess, a new tale of the Kami awaits. So what does this say? Fend off foul creatures and lead the Spirit Stone Maiden on her path. Kazami Gami, Path of the Goddess is a brand new title which upholds Capcom's legacy of original and innovative works. The labor of love follows in the tradition of truly unique titles such as Okami and Shinzaki into the depths. Explore an incredible world in which traditional Japanese aesthetics are brought to stunning life by the power of the Resident Evil engine. Enjoy a unique gameplay experience blending action and strategy. Okay. Payday 3 coming to Game Pass. I don't really care for Payday. Persona 3, Persona 5 Tactics, Persona 3 next year, Persona 5 Tactics 2020. Persona 3 is next year. And this Tactics game is this year. Star Wars. Let's see what to say about Star Wars. Experience the first ever open world Star Wars game. Star Wars Outlaws. Step between the events of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back and Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Wait a minute. I mean, isn't Star Wars Jedi Survivor also an open world game? I mean, that Kobo planet is pretty large. But I guess it's like, okay, well, you have multiple planets, so maybe that's what they don't mean by that. Maybe this is all sets place on a huge level or something. Explore new and iconic locations across the galaxy and risk it all as Kay Vess, an emerging scoundrel seeking freedom, the means of starting life, along with their companion Nyx. Fight, steal, and outwit crime syndicates as you join the galaxy's most wanted. Okay, that was not something I expected to see at the show. Chinese Room plunges into narrative horror. Oh, that has my attention. Still wakes the deep as a return to first-person narrative horror genre from the creators the critically acclaimed Dear Esther, Everybody's Gone to Rapture, and Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs. A Glaswegian oil rig worker must fight for his life through a visceral storm, claustrophobic surroundings, thick and dark and perilous North Sea waters. All communications are cut off. All exits are gone. Only way to defeat the horror board is to face it. All right. I mean, I was sort of interested when they showed it, but the fact that it's a narrative horror game, And then we have the new Xbox Series S, 1 terabyte of storage. Black console, Starfield limited edition wireless control and headset. Controller's $80, headset is $125. And then we got Cyberpunk launching. You can pre-order it now, but it's launching on September 26th. That's a game I need to get into. I need to play that. Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76. Kind of cool that Dune is coming to Microsoft Flight Sim on November 3rd. Overwatch, Legend of Monkey Island for Sea of Thieves. See, it says, comprised of 3 Tall Tales delivered in installments as free updates to owners of any Sea of Thieves edition, beginning in Season 9 on July 20th. Okay. Okay, so that's not all for Xbox, however. Join us on Tuesday, June 13th, for Xbox Game Showcase Ascended. The event will offer deeper dives into what you saw from Avowed, Towerborn, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, and Microsoft Flight Sim Dune, as well as games from our creative partners that we didn't show you today. So there's new games that they haven't showed us that are going to show up there. In-depth interviews, behind-the-scene features, gameplay walkthroughs with brand new footage. Oh, please let this be Hellblade. Please. and more. And you may even see some very special guests show up, perhaps even one celebrity. Are they talking about Keanu Reeves or somebody else? Maybe it's Paris. So we get to see more of Avowed, Towerborn, Hellblade, and some other newer games. So crossing the fingers that we'll get to see some gameplay, demos of maybe like Avowed and Senua Saga. But maybe that's just going to be interviews and stuff. Yeah. It's Jez. You think Jez is the celebrity? I mean, it'd be interesting if it was, wasn't it? Oh, by the way, Jez is here. Hold the line. I say, what's the poll up? We're up to 1,700 votes. 35 minutes ago, we have 66% A, 27% B, 5% C, 2% D. I mean, okay. All right. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? The Don says, so was Starfield's frame rate clear? I mean, they didn't say anything about it. And it wasn't like listed in the footage anywhere. Maybe they'll talk about it more before the game releases, or maybe they're not sure yet. But no, they didn't really say anything, so I would say no. Talk about Avowed, Rand. Avowed. I mean, Avowed kind of resembles the Outer Worlds, and then it's kind of like Skyrim. Very colorful. A lot of it's going to be heavy RPG stuff as Obsidian does. I think it looks really cool. And if we can get more gameplay at Tuesday's showcase, we'll know more about everything. My favorite game footage? I mean, Starfield was clearly the best thing at the show for me because it got me super excited for the game in a way that some of the other trailers didn't. But if we're talking about new announcements, for me, it's Clockwork Revolution. That In Exile game, like what it is, like the time traveling stuff, the BioShock vibes, that rocketed up there. I mean, Hellblade 2 showed off exactly what... I mean, I know Hellblade 2 is going to be amazing. So, like, that cinematic cutscene had, I had like goosebumps on my arms. But yeah, for something new, Clockwork Revolution by far. Absolutely. Like, I don't know, the fact that in Starfield that you can build Voltron. Like, did you guys see that when they built Voltron and you could fly it around, that you could basically build whatever as a ship and fly it around? People are going to, like, make ridiculous spacecrafts. And then they'll post it online and everybody can kind of go and make your own. So, yeah. Do a poll for the showcase and not including their direct? Was sad they didn't show the fighting in Hellblade. And Ant-Man says the Star Wars game, though. Okay, if you want me to do a poll for just that? All right, I'll end this poll. So, I guess he wants me to start a poll here. How would you rate just the Xbox Games Showcase? Okay, we'll see. I mean, I don't think the people's votes are going to be any different. Okay. All right. Polls up. I guess maybe you think it's going to go down more, but how would you rate just the Xbox Game Showcase? Grand Wizard, the Series S should have been black instead of white from the jump. Yeah, but I get why they wanted it to be white, because the Series X was black. So they wanted it, the colors to differentiate themselves, right? I know the size does that, but it's also a clear visual thing, white versus black. But it's been a while now. People want more storage on the Series S. So it's like you increase the price, you change the color to make it different than the Series S, and you're good to go. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I actually kind of like that it was white and black for launch, because I think it would be a little weird if it was black and black. KS says, underwhelming show saved by Atlas and Capcom. I mean, everybody's got their opinions. I'm sure some of my friends were seriously. Some of my friends were said horrible show. Saw a couple of them gave a C. One of them said a D. One said a B. So it really depends on what you thought and what you were excited for. So people are all, if everybody liked the same thing and thought the same thing about everything, it would be a boring world that we would live in. That's what makes everything so intriguing, is that people like different things. Because if everybody liked the same thing, we'd always get the same thing from everybody. There'd be a lack of diversity, lack of different types of movies and TV shows, because everybody's going to like the same thing. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. My friends did like the PlayStation Showcase more, for whatever reason. But, everybody has an opinion. Luke Skywalker. From the 2024 games, in what order did they release? I would say Hellblade 2 first, then Towerborn, and then Avowed. And then I don't know if there's more stuff in between. But that's how... Plus, there's a chance Forza Horizon 6 is next year, right? Cypress Smurf says you need new friends. Nah, don't. I'm not going to get mad at them for their opinions about a game showcase. You know what I mean? Not at all. I mean, why would I let them like that get me upset where it's like I need new friends? Sorry, not happening. I've known these guys for since 2008. Why would I care if somebody likes something less than how I liked it? That'd be weird. But what was I saying? What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. That's what always happens when I try to read chat. Sometimes when I'm trying to make a point, I don't, so I don't get sidetracked because I'll see someone say something, and I'll just get stuck on it and be like, I just lost my train of thought. So right now we have 300 votes. What would you rate just the Xbox Game Showcase? And it's still 62% A, 31% B. So more people voted B. And I think D increased, but C decreased. So, yeah, I mean, it's still basically roughly the same percentage, is it not? No Hollow Knight Silksong, yeah. But, I mean, they did just announce that the game was delayed to the end of the year. Maybe it shows up at, a Nintendo Direct or whatever. It would be nice if they put Cyberpunk on Game Pass. You would think so. Like, hey, here's Cyberpunk. It's on Game Pass. And, oh, by the way, the expansion's out, and you can buy the expansion. Like, a lot of people, there are companies that do that where they will give the game away for free. And it's like, but we have this thing to sell you. But they didn't do that for whatever reason. Maybe Cyberpunk comes later at some point, or maybe it never does. I don't know if you guys have really noticed, but a lot of, the bigger AAA games, they would come out, and then 6 or 8 months later they'd come to Game Pass. But that hasn't happened really that much anymore. So I wonder if either Xbox isn't pursuing that, or if third parties don't want to do it anymore, or they're just waiting. I don't know. Cypress Smurf, did you read Jez's article on Phantom Liberty? I did not read his article, but I'll definitely check it out. So I know people are asking me what I knew was going to be at the show. So do you guys want to know what I knew was at the show? What some of my predictions actually weren't predictions, and it was things I knew? Is that something you guys want to hear about? Because I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. How long was I talking about Fable being at the show? 2 months. I had heard for a while that Fable was going to be at the showcase, which is why every time I talked about it, I said it was going to be there. So I had heard for quite some time that Fable was going to be at the show, and I also had heard that Avowed was going to be at the show too. So those two I definitely knew for sure that were going to be there, was Avowed and Fable. I also knew Wandering Tower was going to be there. and Persona 3 Remake. Like Persona 3 Remake, I was told was going to be there like a month ago. Like those games, all these games I'm talking about, like basically were told to me by multiple people essentially a month ago that those games were going to be there. And they were there. But that's it. That's like I said, that's like the four things I knew. Was Fable, Avowed, Wandering Tower, and Persona 3. That was it. I didn't know anything else. Like I could guess that Hellblade would be there and stuff like that, but I didn't know for sure. And all the other stuff was all just kind of guesswork, you know. But yeah, those were the four games that I knew were there. What was the deal with that rake tweet by Grubb? I don't know. Did he tweet that today? I haven't. Like I said, I haven't been on this on Twitter since the showcase started. Basically, was streaming and then I haven't really looked at it since. Besides looking at the Discord I'm in my friends with, they were all in a little Discord chat talking about the showcase, but I was streaming for you guys. Yeah, and the doc says Obsidian or Avowed looks like an Obsidian game. It's their look, absolutely. It is definitely absolutely their look. Yeah. No Double Fine? Yeah, no Double Fine. I think they do have 2 games in the works. I know they paused 2 games. If you watch that documentary, Double Fine paused 2 of their games to finish up Psychonauts 2. So I thought maybe one of them would be in a place to show, but you know, maybe it would if the showcase was longer. I will say I was taken aback at how short the showcase was. Like when Phil came out, it was basically like an hour? I was like, okay, that was really short. That was almost the length of the showcase in 2020 where it was like all CGI. Because I did not expect Starfield to have as long of a showing as it did. So it's kind of like, okay, Phil's out here early. Maybe if the show was its typical hour and a half length, maybe you would have had more first-party announcements. But I doubt it, because those take time to build and things like that. So maybe we wouldn't have gotten more first-party stuff. Maybe we would have gotten more known things. Like if it was an hour and a half, maybe we would have saw Flintlock again or replaced or things of that nature. But moving forward, I think everybody should realize that at every showcase, Sea of Thieves is going to be there, and Fallout 76 and Elder Scrolls Online are going to be there. Basically, you can count three of those games are going to be there because they're always there. Sea of Thieves has been at like every show since 2016, since it was like revealed the first time. The collection of games that John Doe says, yeah, who knows what Phil meant by that? Did he really mean Gears or Fable, or did it just mean like we have a collection of games? Like look at September and October, it's absolutely stacked with the collection of games. I don't know. Those are things we'll just have to. I mean, if the Gears collection's real, I would imagine we'd see it next year. And if we don't, then I don't know. It's probably not real at that point. Grounded wasn't there, surprisingly. They did just put new bosses into the game, so maybe there's like, we already have all of our content, and we don't have anything coming anytime soon, because that's the sort of thing you want to do for live services, like stuff coming soon, which, you know, Elder Scrolls and Fallout had, as well as Overwatch, right? You know, a lot of this stuff here, it's like, okay, these are stuff coming soon that people can like watch and be like, okay, I want to go play this stuff. Yeah, Rick, we read through the article about the stuff coming at the end right here. Avowed, Towerborn, Hellblade 2, and more games. So it's definitely a reason to check out the show. Like I said, me and Jez will be doing our show. I haven't talked to Jez. I don't know how Jez feels about the show, but we'll be definitely doing it after this event. So make sure to mark it down in your calendar. We got Xbox 2 coming at you live on Tuesday, most likely. And we'll be doing probably another show on Friday. We'll get some guests. Lord Cognito, Code Eastwood, maybe a couple other people. And we'll just have a big Xbox 2 party with some of the people that were at LA. and seeing what they thought of everything, and any like behind the scenes stories and stuff like that. So there'll be 2 shows coming up for me and Jez and Xbox 2. So it should be a lot of fun. I wonder if they, like, when Jez leaked the name The Wandering Tower, they decided to change it to Towerborn, right? I don't know. But yeah, you know what? Let's see. What are we back here in the votes? We got 529. 63% say A, 30% say B. So still very much a, people still really enjoyed it. I have to take a look at what Jeff Keighley's poll was, right? How did he feel? So, that's probably going to be it for me. I am going to download the show, and I don't know. Do you guys want me to make a video? I can make a video going over everything and have it out, later tonight, talking about my thoughts, maybe in more depth or whatever. So if you guys want a video, it's probably something I'll do. But get more of my thoughts, talk to some people, see how I feel and all that. So yeah, thank you guys for being here so much. I'm not tired. I just I do have to go to the bathroom. Like, I've been holding it in since we started, and it's just like, all right. So I do have to go, and I am hungry because I didn't eat before this. So I'm gonna download the video. I'm gonna think about making a video, and yeah, look forward to seeing Phil and Matt Booty's interview with Jeff Grubb tonight. I think that'd be really cool. See what they have to say, and then we'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And love you all. And we will see you. I don't know, maybe later today, I suppose. All right, later, guys.